We are outside. We are actually outside the town that is outside the spatial temple, some distance away. Everyone has just woken up from a interesting night. Z hasn't so much woken up as has been pacing around the entire time.
No. I laid down.
That's true. That's true.
I laid down, and Snark and or Guido got freaked out because my bedroll looked like it was on fire.
It's okay. Bedrolls are designed to withstand fire. It's a fairly normal thing.
And then I laid there very still and concentrating very hard on not being on fire.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got up after about 6 hours and told whoever was on watch that I was going to watch now.
Yeah, so Snark had first watch, I took second, and halfway through my watch, Z got up, told me she was going to take watch, and so I watched her watch.
We have a who watches the watchers situation here. So,
yeah.
Sun rises on whatever day it is. You guys have totally lost count by now. It's been an interesting week or half or 3 days, however long. It actually hasn't been that long.
What year is it?
Spatial Temple, Spatial Town. Ricard has given you the information for the inn he'll be staying at for the next 2 days. This being the first of those 2 days.
Okay.
And as I've already mentioned, your mind speak...
Can we see the spatial temple from here?
Yes, oh my god.
What's it look like?
Okay. There's a tower made of unknown material which is kind of tannish and deep white, jutting straight out of the ground, and it looks like several slivers of whatever the material is, just kind of conjoined together into that one spot. There is a glass staircase, which you should remember, which goes from that up even further into the air. At this point, very, very high up in the air. I figured out the actual time. It's about 1 kilometer in the air. And that's where the actual spatial temple is, which is this strange, not quite Euclidean, but still Euclidean geometric style shape, which looks like just space itself. And no matter which angle you're looking at it, it still looks like you're staring up into the night sky, with no other obvious features upon it.
I was having you re-explain because last time we were at the spatial temple, I was Kezrin.
That's true.
Which meant this was before videos.
And also, in addition to that, the place is obviously it's gargantuan, as with all the temples that are above ground. Obviously, for example, the air temple is not, as you guys found out, interestingly. And so it can be seen literally from miles and miles around. I believe I actually did the math at one point. It was something like 19 miles away before the curvature of the planet was sufficient that you couldn't see it, something like that. That's at standing height, obviously.
So the sun's coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Guido!
Yes?
Guido, why is it still dark over there?
Huh.
Because it's in the sun's shadow.
Can you beat a...
No.
Okay, I'm gonna go over and at this point I've actively
shit.
like shrunk down again, so I'm like 4 foot tall.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna like sit on Snark!
Goes. Don't do that when I'm sleeping.
Your hand just kind of goes through her face because she's fiery right now.
It's very hot.
Okay.
I have clothes on.
It's still very hot.
It's just...
Your hand is... You feel like... You know how you put it under burning water? It doesn't actually burn you for that first second. It's just a shock, So it's like...
What's that? It's still dark over there. Why is it still dark right there?
Are you pointing to the temple?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the temple. It's been there this whole time.
Zan,
Yes.
I
sorry.
did actually roll a 32.
Holy moly. I don't think...
That
well,
is
actually,
not enough. I rolled a 16 and my passive is 22.
Dang. I was hoping with that lack of gear... Ricard could lie his teeth off to you now. If
Yes,
he
and
felt
he
like it.
has been.
I don't know what you're talking about, right? You believe Ricard has been honest with you every single time
My
except for
mom is back,
once. Yeah, your mom is back. Everyone's mana's back. I hope you guys have your current normal stats set up, especially you, Z.
I have not touched my stats.
Yeah, but we have 800 HP, right?
Adjusted them.
Yeah, that's the part I'm actually mentioning. Is you
I
guys
haven't-
you guys are no longer violet mages. I'm sorry.
No, I have my regular HP recorded.
Okay.
Oh, wait. It just occurs to me. I lost Coulson's bag of holding. I'm sorry, Coulson. It was on my person when I got blown up because you can't stick a bag of holding inside a bag of holding because that would be very bad.
No, I always wanted to visit other planes.
Damn. You. So the sun continues to rise in the distance.
All right, start packing everything up and getting ready to head over that direction.
How much attention are you guys paying to Z?
What's she doing? This depends.
How much attention are you paying to Z? She hasn't really been doing anything this whole morning. She's just kind of been sitting and staring off, as the sun's coming up, sitting and staring off at the spatial temple.
It does look different to you, by the way, Z, because your eyes work differently.
Yeah, I can see it perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
And if I concentrate on it, I can see it perfectly up close.
Mm-hmm.
So, since you woke up, Snark, she's been sitting.
Not a whole lot because I got
same
woken up
place
early.
looking at her. Guido, what about you? How much attention are you paying to Z now that Snarg is awake and it's daytime?
So I would be basically keeping half an eye on you the entire time, packing my stuff up. The
you
bedroll and whatnot.
you should roll an opposing awareness against me.
Opposing awareness.
Yeah,
The GM's gonna roll an awareness just for the fun of it.
you fail. I rolled a 20.
I rolled a
So did I.
7.
Oh shit.
Oh,
We
Wow.
both rolled 20s. GM,
I rolled a
does he
7.
does he see me?
So
yes.
I also have the D4,
Oh, that's true.
which I rolled a 4.
Okay, so he has a 24.
Plus my
Z's walking toward the temple. She just at some point just got up and started walking to the temple.
Z.
I'm not trying to stealth. I'm just
Z.
walking, and I'm not making noise because I kind of float now. What?
Z.
What?
We'll be leaving in a few minutes. Just hang on.
Oh,
well,
you're talking.
well,
You're actually talking
yeah.
to me in character.
I'm actually talking to you.
There's this thing we do called role playing, sis. And it's
May
where
have heard
we
of it.
play a role like we were acting. It's just for fun.
Would you like to go back over?
As
that?
opposed to Zan.
You could call her Z squared because that's her new name.
Yes.
What about ZZ?
Double Z. Yeah, ZZ. There we go.
Z to the Z.
You can attempt to call me that.
I'm suddenly hearing this bass beat.
Actually,
in my...
you know what? It occurs to me that Z in this form wouldn't answer to Z. Because Z in this form has never gone by Z.
Or has
She's only ever gone by Zariel. Do you two
Okay.
even know her real name?
Snark
Nope.
does.
No, he was
you told
drunk.
me I forgot.
Oh, he was drunk. That's right. I don't know if Guido does. I just remember Snark was there at that night.
So Z is not listening to you.
Okay.
And she's kind of flaming.
All right, let's do our first willpower check on people seeing Zariel. Z squared.
Well, I'm still away from town.
Not that much. And there's tons of traffic.
Ah.
So they rolled a 1. Here's the best part. You are so far out that you're outside of the peace field of the temple.
Oh, boy. So what just happened?
Screaming and running.
Okay, well, that's...
There's a caravan that was going by, and they turn and they see a fire elemental sauntering along, and they rolled a
Wearing
1.
clothing.
And so they run screaming towards the temple, about to alert everyone about the fire elemental of fear.
Okay, so I saw Z leaving. We
Yes.
established this.
And
Yes.
you saw
When
Z
you're
not
not-
responding to you.
Right.
And
As
you
soon
saw
as
the
you're not
caravan
responding, I would have gotten up and gone over and gently laid my hand on your shoulder to restrict your movement.
Does it
Okay,
work
I
that
burned
way?
myself.
Well, no, it doesn't actually hurt you. But
Okay.
do I have
But I
enough
would've-
mass for him to make
Yes.
it hold still? Okay.
They still see you. But the reaction's different now, because now they see a Lugian, and their first reaction is, "Run, Lugian! Run! Get away with it! Get away from it! Oh God, we'll alert the authorities! Run!"
It's like over there packing up Tet. Don't turn around. Don't turn around. Don't turn around.
So they run off, scared, screaming.
What's wrong? Because I'm like 4 foot tall to you're 8.
Right.
What's wrong?
We should go as a group so that everyone arrives at the same time, and we don't cause undue
Mass panic.
mass panic. Well, I was trying to think of a nicer way to say that.
So we don't
Will
cause
this cause
undue
mass
mass
panic?
panic.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, we might not want to do that.
Okay.
So
The flames
let's
shrink down to about this big.
come back to the campfire, and we'll
And it's
finish
like
packing.
climbing up your armor.
We'll
Will I
Go
cause
into
mass
town.
panic if I'm little? If I'm little, surely they won't be scared.
You already were little. That already
No, I was
caused
like 4
panic.
foot tall.
That's very little.
Yeah, I know, but now I'm like 6 inches tall. I'm back down to my original size.
Roll int.
I've been practicing this all night. That was a 14 plus 6, so 20.
You were intelligent enough to recognize that they weren't afraid of your size, merely your existence.
Oh. Well, that sucks. Guido, you need to go hold everyone's hand. Then they won't be scared of me.
Kumbaya, my lord.
I
Kumbaya.
What did you say, Guido?
I think I need a few more hands.
No, just start one of the
Your
circles.
arms will hug the world.
All we're saying is give peace a chance. Oh my god. Okay, you're done packing up.
All right, let's get going.
All right, so let's head
What are
into
we
town.
doing with the chests?
We're taking them with us.
Yeah.
How are we taking them with us?
You have 2 strong people. I got this.
We have 6 chests.
Okay.
5.
We have 5 chests.
Okay.
All right, do some strength rolls. You too, Z. Z2.
I rolled a 20.
Holy crap!
So the 6-inch tall me
It's like
is
you're like sliding it on this. No, I've got it. You melt the sand right in front of it, so it turns into glass, and then you just slide it on the glass.
and then it reverts.
Yeah. Except you don't know how to revert, so it just stays glass.
So there's this little
Just
glass.
this trail of glass behind you. What do you 2 got?
19.
24.
Okay, you're fine. So you carry all 5 chests with you. I'm not sure why you carried them out of town anyways. They would have been safer in Rikarg's possession, but whatever.
No, I don't think they ever went to town.
They didn't.
He
That's the whole
teleported
thing.
Oh,
out here.
That's a good point. That's
and
a
then
good point.
they went to town.
My bad. Well, it doesn't matter. You have no problem transporting the chests, since you rolled well, even Z. You make it inside the town.
Hey, I have actual strength now.
That is true. Compared to your last visit here, the overall tone is a lot quieter. It's not like somber like a funeral, and it's not dreadful like a storm's coming. It's just a little less enthusiastic than you recall. Guido, you feel ill at ease simply by being here. You didn't last time, for reference. My back needs to stop hurting.
Something's not right.
By the time you get into town, you hear a voice just kind of suddenly enter all 3 of your heads. No, actually. It enters just Snark and Guido's, and it's Fear Nacille's. Hey guys! She seems to be feeling a lot better. She's like, listen,
Hi, Fear Nacille.
not your head.
You don't hear it.
Oh.
So she says, hey guys, listen, you know, I was talking with Rikarg, and he's right about a lot of things, and he's wrong about a lot of things. I think for now, I'm going to journey with him a little while longer. I'm not going to be going to the Daracost, though. I'm not going to be heading to the Dyers. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go join with the Olthoi. And I'm going to try and see what I can do with them. I feel like that's the best path forward for me. So I'm going to be formally splitting from your group. No hard feelings or anything like that. You guys are my friends, and I'll definitely be looking after you. Ricard says he will keep letters for me at this address. Bzz, it's in Weiju, Derricos lands. So if you want to send mailers to me, I'll get them there. I'll probably be heading to Weiju myself later, etc.
Okay. And just so you know, I was planning on trying to help you out with getting your people out of those things. So
Well,
we'll probably be in.
I like that idea, but I think we need to wait on that for a while. I don't think a world that's currently at war is one which the Scions need to re-enter.
You say so.
Suddenly, there's this pause, and she's like, "Who's that with you?"
Well,
Her
this
bind
little-
appears in Z's voice. Who are you?
Hi! Hi, Fearnesil!
How do you know me?
I'm me!
You're... Pause. Okay.
Hi!
Hello.
Where are you at? I want to say hi.
You're saying hi.
No, I want to say hi.
You're losing your form. Because you're getting distracted talking in your head, and she notices.
Fearnesil.
So she notices through your eyes that you're starting to... And she's like, you're losing your form.
Hold on, let me roll concentration. I rolled a 20.
Okay.
Oh my god, this die is rolling amazingly. That's the fourth 20 I've rolled this tonight.
Suddenly Gerlin shows up again. Quick, roll
20,
something.
20,
Roll- no,
20,
roll.
20.
All the townspeople turn and crit him at once.
Awesome. He takes 1 damage from everyone. No, okay. He's like,
No, I think
okay.
that'll be at least 2.
That's true.
Where are... Oh, you're over there. Z starts walking off toward the hotel.
Yeah, I'm hanging. Okay, here's where I am, guys. If you want to visit, fine. I'm leaving like tomorrow with Ricard. He says he has some business with you guys. I don't know what's up with that.
Yeah, it's something we discussed before you went to town.
Well, he says it can wait till tomorrow if it has to, but he and I are leaving tomorrow, so something about make sure it's through today, blah blah blah. I got the hint in his head that if you guys don't deal with it tomorrow, it's never going to be dealt with. I don't know.
It was
what's
something
exactly
heavy as
going
a substantial weight, something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Something weird.
Oh, a heavy. I know what a heavy is.
No, you don't.
Do you want me to tell you? Yeah, I am, because I have Z's memories.
It's not a heavy,
Oh,
as we already established.
screw you guys. It is stuck in my head as a heavy.
What are
was
you,
the joke.
Marty McFly?
Yes, things very heavy in the future.
Yeah, exactly.
Gravity.
You guys suck.
Okay.
Making fun of me and my lapses of being able to think of things.
Now, I'm going to kind of throw you guys a bone. And then I'm going to drop it.
Hey,
Got
that's
it.
no fair.
I got it.
Is my
if you
camera
guys...
lag?
No, I've been seeing Guido's lag a little bit, but that's pretty
Well,
Right,
on
Darth,
my
though.
screen, I'm sitting here doing this.
No, you're fine for on
Alright,
me,
fine.
which is what I'm recording too. So
Your light is off, and so you're kind of dark, but that's about it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, that's what I was actively checking to see if I needed to go turn the light on yet or not.
anyways, you guys probably want to do some gather information checks to figure out what's been going on.
Oh.
And of course, if you want to take the trial while you're here, there's the line over there, and then there's Ricard, and it's easy to get just about wherever you want to go from here. You know where the spatial temple is, but if you've forgotten, it's on the border between the Al-Jalima and the Iraq states in the Navaria Confederacy. Pretty close to the ocean, too, so if you want to go by boat somewhere, you can go there, too. It's almost
No,
like this is a
thank you.
perfect place to go anywhere in Navaria.
Well, I'll try to just generally find out about what's been going on since we've been gone.
Roll it.
Oh, well, 16.
What's Guido doing?
So first thing I'm going to do is recommend, why don't we drop these chests off with Ricard at the inn, so we don't have to carry
Okay.
them around.
Ricard agrees to watch them and is curious why you didn't leave
And
them
there's
with
a giant
him
glass
in
trail.
the first place.
There's
Ricard's
still
like, no, here, let me fix that. And he reweaves the glass into sand. He's like, here. come
All
here.
the way back.
No, just what he can see. Come here. And he looks at Z for a second, and he just looks at her for a moment.
Hi, Ricard.
Hello.
It claims to be Z.
Hello, Z.
My name's Zerial. No, it does. It never. It hasn't. We need to retcon that. It hasn't ever claimed to be Z.
Hello,
it's-
Zerial.
Hi, I'm Zerial.
What's your clan?
I don't remember. Hold on. Let me check my
It's Night
character
Whisper, I
sheet.
believe. Now, this is actually an important point, though, character-wise and story-wise, because you know how clan identity works. It's a hugely important thing. You only ever don't use it under very specific circumstances. So if Zerial has no clan identity, she wouldn't have a clan at all, in her mind.
Oh yeah. So, I
Or she would have a clan identity and would automatically have introduced herself as Zerial of Night Whisper.
don't really have one. I mean, I guess you could say I was kind of born of one. Do you want to know which one I was born of?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
He rolls
Card
deception
house
against you.
careful.
No, I don't know
I
what he's.
rolled a 20.
I don't know what he's lying on though. I just felt like rolling. Wait, I've got it. He will roll on whether or not. Yes, I'd love to hear your clan name.
I rolled a 20.
Wow, I actually rolled a 1, but I think I still beat you. That would be.
It's 42.
I do. I actually still beat you with a 1.
But I had a 20. You can't.
Ricard can't fail at lying.
What an impressive achievement.
Now I
Well done.
understand why. Now I understand why I don't like you. Or
No.
did, no, now I understand why I didn't like you.
No, he doesn't lie. I was just being stupid. So he's like, yes. Well, I mean, you know.
I need to change my name on here.
If you guys, yeah, I'll just leave you guys to it. And he goes back to his discussions with Furnace Hill.
And Z's just kind of following him. I'm gonna go
Well-
say hi. I told her I was coming.
She's right there.
Hi, Fairness Hill. Glump. It's okay. It doesn't hurt.
Mass panic, remember?
Fuck.
Not mass panic.
And
Yes, speaking of which, everyone present now has to roll a will save who isn't the player characters.
Okay.
They rolled a 3.
Isn't there an aura of calm or something?
like around Guido.
Furnace Seal could do that if you ask her. It's not really an aura so much as a stop panicking.
No,
Would
the
you like to
paladin
ask
thing.
her?
The paladin thing.
No. The paladin thing is the aura of courage, which +4 morale bonus to allies within 10 feet. But I was saying, doesn't the temple have
inside
its
that.
own right?
Yeah, it's
there's
this non-hostile thing. You can't be hostile towards others in that field.
okay, and I thought that extended to like
Well, they can be afraid as much as they want. However, they have to be afraid right now, no matter what this rolls. It just occurs to me. So they're afraid, and Furnace is like, hang on. And she mind controls everyone present. They all calm down. She turns to Zerial and says, don't do that anymore.
Do what?
They all got here, and then she into her brain.
I was just hugging you. Why are they scared of that?
I don't know or care,
Okay.
but don't do that anymore. At least not around other people.
Who all is there that got scared?
Oh hell, I don't know. You're in the middle of a tavern.
Oh. Okay, so
There's like
Z
6 elves
walks
and
over-
3
Z walks over
dwarves,
to
and there's
Ricard and says, "I'm sorry for making you scared." And then she walks over to the next person and she says, "I'm sorry for making you
Zerial,
scared."
stop. They don't remember. Come back.
Oh. Does everyone not remember?
Well, Ricard
You
didn't
remember.
get scared.
He remembered. He nodded his head and said, "Okay." Do they
Yeah.
remember?
No, they don't remember. I made sure they didn't remember.
Does Snark and Guido remember?
They weren't
Do I
scared.
have to tell them?
They weren't scared. It's okay. By the way, Furnace Seal is exclusively talking in your head.
I'm talking out loud.
I know, I just want to make that clear. She has not spoken a word to you yet. Or to you two, for that matter.
That's okay. We know what's going on.
Yeah, I just... doing the Xavier thing here. So, anyways... I'm gonna go back to talking with Ricard now. Zero, you go with your friends.
Hey, Zaria, you want to go
You're
see the
my
temple?
friend. Oh yeah, let's go.
There you go.
Tunk, 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 tunk. She just bolted out the door.
Well, hang on.
What's
Hey, you
her
want to ride on my
form
shoulder?
No.
All right, good. You can ride on my shoulder.
No, don't want. I went down. I went down. I went down.
Remember, not mass panic. See, you can see everything better from up here, huh?
I could see better from on his shoulder.
All right, there. Sit on his shoulder.
Guido, you've
I'm
been
4 foot
volunteered.
tall again, by the way.
There you go.
I'm
Fiona
not
Steele's like,
6
hang on.
inches.
Fiona Steele's gonna pop in your head and be like, you know, you would be better if you were this height. And she gives you an exact height, which is your actual height. See? Isn't that better? Now, just don't scare people, remember? No scare.
Okay. My hair is like flame tips as I walk out the door.
Whatever.
It's
I'm
fine.
concentrating on maintaining the height right now.
So,
And it's
Did
kind
you
of
want the
wafty.
shoulders?
No, she's forgotten all about that.
Okay.
She's too busy concentrating on staying the right height.
so is anybody doing a GI check while you're trying to shepherd her around, or are you just going straight for the temple?
Yes,
I'm
I
I
had
being
figured
16.
I'd-
check while I'm being shepherded around.
You are the worst at GI right now. You get an automatic disadvantage and -10 to your rolls.
Oh, joy. Let's see what I get. Well, that's a 5. That was a 19, so that's a -5. Wait, no. -5 plus 16. So that's an 11.
11.
Anyone else?
I got a 16.
Junk, 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 junk.
I got a 14.
All right.
I rolled a 2.
The first thing you find out
Did you
is
add your D4?
I did.
first thing you find out is that it is the date, which is April 16th,
What was it when we went into the thingy?
March
I seem to recall it
17th.
being... Yeah. Junk, 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 junk. I find out nothing. It's
No,
Tuesday.
you find out that.
No, I find out it's Tuesday.
Nope, you find out that. That's the base amount of info that you get, even if you roll a 1.
Okay.
Because it's the date. You can
No
always.
matter where you are, you can still get the time of day.
Yes. No matter
You
what
said
your
it was
roll is.
March what when we went in?
17th.
17th. It is now April 18th.
Oh. 18th or 16th? I
16th.
thought I heard.
It is
Okay.
16th. I should
So
know.
it's been
I have-
almost a month.
I have the calendar of events here. However, you rolled crap elsewise, so I'm trying to think what else you actually know. Alluvia is currently occupying the state of Tufa. To
What's the state
east.
of Tufa?
The Confederacy is consistent of states. Tufa is one of the states.
Ah, thank you.
Tufa, Al-Jalima, Zaikal, Al-Arkas, and Iraq, specifically, are all of them. You guys have spent a lot of time in Al-Jalima, for example. So yeah, the Alluvians are currently occupying Tufa, but nobody seems to be too worried about it. It's okay, though, because, there's peace talks going on between Alluvia and Neveri, and surely the war will be over soon. Let's see. In addition, Iraq, that is to say the Neveri naval forces in the Inner Sea, deployed to defend the Al-Arkas state from vicious, seditious attacks on the Inner Sea. And what else? You also learn... there's one other thing, but I'm going to do that last. You learn that there are some vicious and terrible rumors going around that the Confederacy is actually falling apart, but those are clearly mistaken, and there's no validity to those rumors whatsoever. And nobody's heard word out of Alluvia since April 7th. Was the last time any form of news came out of Alluvia of any kind. You also encounter a knoll that is of your tribe.
There's a knoll of my
Here?
tribe?
Yes, you actually recognize him directly and specifically. His name Bob. Hang on. I actually had a name prepped, and I have forgotten it because I didn't write it down because I'm just that smart of a GM. His name is...
Sandwich.
Hang on. Ogres, banderlings, trolls, halflings, fairies, half-elves, gnomes, dwarves, elves, lord elves, humans. Where the hell are gnolls? Mites,
That's what I'm
centaurs,
asking.
goblins, kobolds, mossworts, ulthoi. Oh, here we go. Gnolls. Okay. His name is
Left.
Ardo. Ardo of Wildpaw.
All right. As soon as Snark sees him, he
Snark!
shouts at me.
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
it's a cometary collision.
Yeah, exactly. He's just, oh my
And
god.
Z like tunks up behind you and goes funk. Like
Ah!
to the side.
Ah! Ah! Ah!
I'll
not
try
flaming.
and hold her back.
I'm not flaming. I'm just a child.
So there's just this. Oh wait, I guess you're not on fire. Never
I'm
mind.
not on fire.
There's this elf kid, and he's just like,
As Zariel goes towards them, I'm going to say, give them a moment for their
reunion.
Why?
reunion. Thank you,
Why?
because it would be polite.
Why?
Okay, you have a brain.
You've got like a
I'm also
22 int.
I'm also Zariel right now instead of Z.
So, anyways, he's like, oh my
Ardo,
god.
what's going on? Like, why are you here?
Snark,
What's
oh my-
happening?
I took the honorable discommendation, of course. I imagine you did too. I mean, I haven't seen you since forever ago, but oh my god, this is incredible.
He
I'm
points
not,
to like all the armor and weapons that he has. I've been a little bit busy, yeah.
well, yeah, I imagine. I mean, you got some like weird char marks, especially on like, what is that on your jaw? That doesn't look good on you, man. Get rid of that.
Oh yeah, it helps the other guys understand me or something like that.
What?
You know, dialects and
Oh,
whatnot.
typical. Ugh.
I know, right? But wait, this combination. I've been away for a long time. I got forced away. What's been going on?
You don't. Well, what's the last thing you remember? What's the last thing you know from the wild paw, from Boss Gnawbone?
See, the last thing I heard was more than a month ago, wasn't it?
Well over a month ago, actually.
Yeah, I said I'll tell him what I knew then.
Okay. Well, you know we've been fighting, right? For the.
Mhm.
We've actually been fighting for Aljalima. We're not actually part of the Confederacy anymore.
No.
Not really open info yet. But, you know, we've been fighting for the Confederacy, and trying to defend against the Illuvian invasion. Why are you hanging out with an elf, by the way?
A child elf.
And a Lugian. I mean, I got nothing against Lugians, but what's with the
I'm
elf?
just like standing there swinging Guido's hand back and forth.
What's with the elf?
Oh well, she turned up a little while ago, and she's been following us around. You know, she's okay. Trust me.
I thought you
It's
were
fine.
the stray, Snark.
Mm.
All right. Well, you know, we had
Listen,
a couple. Go ahead.
So, are you here to do the temple, or what are you hanging around here for?
I live here now.
You live here.
Yeah, I couldn't take it anymore. You know, I mean, watching people die and watching my own people die and killing people. It wasn't really my thing. War's terrible. I got kind of sick of it, and Boss Gnawbone and Slavina, they both offered a lot of us honorable discommendations. We were allowed to quit, and so we did. Right before he went off on some big mission to Fort Tornhart, I believe it was.
Where
so-
exactly is that?
It's in Tufa, the state of Tufa. It is south of Aljalima, and
It's
east
the state that you just heard that
is being
Lucas
occupied by Alluvia.
occupied.
And he and a bunch of elites went out there. Some big deal. I don't know exactly what's about. Some kind of sympathizer thing. It's just a mess. I mean, after the call went out to try and get stoneholders onto the Nefarious side of things, you know, that didn't really go over well. And after that, well, you know what happened there. I don't need to tell you about that. Or do you know what happened there? I mean,
I've been gone for more than a month.
oh well. Look, I don't know anything about politics. I just know that troll fella, he's got a decent head on him. He's been playing with a lot of politics to try and kind of move pieces here or there to make sure things were. I can't remember
I'm
his
trying
name.
to remember the name of it. Was Tornto or something like that?
No, it was like what was
Amani?
his name? He was of the Amani clan. I remember that. Some started with a T. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Point being, he was playing at politics, and I don't know what the hell he was doing, and most of us didn't know what the hell he was doing. It seemed to be working, but then Alluvia came in kind of full force. 6 battalions. and 4 airships. And that was
They're
the end
actually
of
using
that.
airships now. Okay.
Yeah, 4 frigates. Supposedly Boss Noble is doing something about those airships right now, or at least he will be in, I guess, a couple days now. It's been a bit.
What's he doing? Jumping up and turning down with his bare hands?
That wouldn't surprise me. But, yeah, and so we've kind of been getting stomped, and near as I can tell, Naveri's petitioning for surrender. So I decided, I'm not alone. I'm the only one who came to spatial. You know me, I've always been a spatial affinity. But a lot of us have just spread out, and we've decided to reach for the temples because we decided there's the only places we could be safe at. We hope. I mean, God knows at this point in time, every day I wake up and I half expect to see an Illuvian airship on the skylines. They're just bombarding us from a distance. Just like last time. We'll see.
Look, I'm going to be around here. It's good to see you again. I'm going to be around here for a couple more days.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, here's my address.
yeah, we'll have to meet up sometime. Again, I may have a place where we can all go. But we'll talk about that later.
All right. Good to see you again, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just big slap on the back.
Yeah, pretty much. He's bigger than you, of course, because they all are.
It's okay, I'm stronger.
I think you actually are.
Probably.
So he wanders off. And Zariel has been thinking this entire time, very deeply and in-depthly. And she gets to roll knowledge politics.
$23.
23. Zariel, using the memories that she has access to, starts thinking about everything that they've learned, especially with what the Knoll just said. And she says, that doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense, guys. Why would they do
Why?
that?
Yeah, there's some kind of pieces missing here or something, or it's just outright misinformation.
What about
That-
what
that-
part?
That's wrong.
All of it.
Yeah, that does make sense.
It's all wrong.
About what part?
They can't be negotiating a peace treaty with a state that's fallen apart.
Well, you can't just negotiate with all of the very. I know that, but that's not how it works.
And all of Navarre is apparently petitioning to surrender?
Yeah, and they're surrendering
I don't know.
when they're winning. They just won. He said they won. You heard him. He said that something's not right.
No, he didn't. He said
Yeah, he
they
did.
lost,
He said they lost.
said-
They said Alluvia won.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, but we
Alluvia
know
won
that
a
Alluvia
battle
was.
and has lost every other battle.
Yeah, and we know that Alluvia lost everything before we went in there.
Hmm. So why would Navarre suddenly be surrendering?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
I don't know.
That was.
That was
I'm
what.
gonna go find out more stuff. Dum, 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 dum.
It's your turn.
Fine. Okay. We'll meet back here at so and so amount of time.
All right, so Guido, what
I'll
are
save
you
you
up
a spot in
to?
line.
Are you getting in line for the temple?
I figure I'll get in line. I'll have more luck getting information out of people in line than I will
Okay.
trying to gather information.
Is there a fast pass?
Well, speaking from experience, the fast pass just meant a second form of line, and so
Okay.
it doesn't really work that way.
This is you get your appointed time and a little ticket. And you're like, oh, okay.
Yay! Now I get to wait for an hour.
It's okay. He has to wait.
Following
He's
number
running around chasing Z.
2375.
All right. Look, Zariel. We'll try to find out more about what's. Yeah. Well, how fast do you move?
I'm pretty sure Snark's faster.
Yeah.
Like by quite a bit.
So he goes dashing off.
He's a
down.
barbarian who's a null who has that feat. I think he's faster. Oh, he has that gear too. Oh wait, or did
Yes.
Guido get the gear? I forget.
No, I did. My base movement is 50.
Okay, yeah. So,
I don't even know what my base movement is. I don't even know where to find that.
by the way, for a degree of reference for our viewers and for our players, 50 feet in terms of speed is literally, without running, how fast you can move in 6 seconds. To give you an idea of how fast that is. Think about that. Okay, so what are you two doing as you're running off while Guido's getting you a spot?
And that's in full gear.
And that is in full gear, yeah.
So, this Zerial thing said that stuff doesn't add up, and she
Yes.
wants to go check it out. So, suppose I'll go help her check it out because she does have a good point. A lot of stuff doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but we'll just see where that leads.
So what are you GIing for, since you've already done a general check?
I'm looking into specifics on chronological events, battles that have happened up to now. Actually,
Battles, specifically.
Yes.
Okay, roll it. And add a +2 situational bonus for your knowledge politics.
that would be a
3!
33.
Oh, okay. You ask around a bit, and you actually find that there are a few people here who have actually been present or near to several of the battles that have happened since then. However, you hear about quite a few battles. Most of them you've already heard about, including the one that happened on, I believe, March 12th. Let me triple check my war reports here. Yeah, March 12th, which was the second Battle of Rayhurth. That was when an Alluvian force managed its first and only victory by claiming a town and rescuing several people, blah, blah, blah. I told you. You've already been informed about that.
Yes.
Since then, however, there has been 2 battles. One of them was a full 2 battalions, which were attacking Fort Tornhart, which is in Tufa. The Alluvians won that one, but at fairly significant cost, and lost a fairly large number of forces in doing it.
Any information on the force that they were being opposed by?
Yes, almost entirely nothing but mercenaries who are who are suspicious, I think is the best way I'm going to put that, with the little information you have available to you source-wise.
Got it. So not a whole lot.
They were not Nevere regulars, and they were not Tufa militia. The next battle that occurred was also in that exact same area, which was... Wait, no. That actually happened. I'm sorry, there's actually been 3 battles. Oh no, the third battle is happening like right now, isn't it? My bad. There's been 2 battles. A small Alluvian force has basically been sent to attack Fort Kalihouth, which is the fortress in the Iraq state, much closer to Iraq itself, aka the capital of the Nevere Confederacy. And that battle went much more interestingly, because Alluvia was winning almost without question, single-handedly, or not single-handedly, but just sweeping away the Nevere regular forces, right? And then out of nowhere, an entire force, 3 companies of dragoons came in on the Nevere side and routed the Alluvians and managed to crush the hell out of them. Survivors from that battle report that they were wearing the regalia of the Dragonkin Sworn.
Would my knowledge politics be high enough to recognize that?
Yeah, they're a fairly well-known group. It's an entire mercenary company consisting solely of dragoons.
Yeah.
They are
Hailing from what allegiances, if any?
everywhere.
Politically?
No allegiance at all. They are very skilled and very expensive.
And they were fighting on the side of whom?
The Nevere, or more accurately, Iraq.
Iraq.
You also learn that 4 Alluvian frigates have been assigned to the area. You even get names.
Oh boy.
The Wit, the Carbuncle, the Starlet, and the Seraph. If someone wants to write that down, just go for it. If not, it's fine. You learn one last little tidbit. Tufa on, when was that? No, it was right here. Late March, somewhere around March 28th, Tufa formally and officially declared separation from the Union of the Nevere Confederacy.
Knowledge politics on what that would entail For the rest of the states, would they still be conjoined, or would that void the Confederacy in its entirety?
Yeah, I'll tell you right now. The rest would still be conjoined together. It's just Tufa would no longer be a part of the Confederacy. However, you may roll knowledge politics to get one other little tidbit.
I rolled a 19.
That's enough already.
It's a 19 plus 11, so that's a 30.
Based on what you know so far, this kind of thing was probably expected because a confederacy of the nature of the Neveri is built on the idea that they are conjoined only when it comes to their military. Otherwise, the states have always managed their own affairs. The only one overarching body has always been that military, and that military has not been present so far. Still isn't, actually.
Got it.
That military went to attack Stonehold and hasn't been heard from since. So it's not that surprising that with that presence gone, the states would separate, especially while under direct attack from an invading force that is vastly superior. Finally, one last little tidbit I'm just going to give you. The thought of considering surrender is actually probably very valid, because militarily speaking, Alluvia will win any protracted engagement. They have numbers, resources, and firepower. So if this turns into a siege type situation, Alluvia will win. Period. Oh, speaking of which, Snarg.
Yes.
You specifically actually hear... No, I'm sorry, I didn't mean Snarg. You're irrelevant. Go away.
Guido's at the temple.
Guido, you hear several people in line at the temple.
No, come back, Snarg. You didn't actually mean go away.
Guido, you hear several people at the temple who are refugees from their own areas. And I actually need to pull up the map because I know which towns they are. Come on, there we go. Alihat, Tayyiba, and Ashkel are ones you hear specifically. However, you also mention Al-Ilar and Malia. All of these you recognize are towns or cities that exist within the Tufa state. And all of them apparently have fled here because Alluvian regulars, and I specify that because Alluvia has been attacking both with conscripts and regulars lately, but Alluvian regulars have occupied those towns and cities and are claiming them as Alluvian territory now. And I'm going to give all three of you one last chance to roll one big GI check. You have to roll pretty high to get this last bit of info.
Okay.
Z,
not gonna be me, then.
Z has no interest in rolling. She forfeits her roll. Okay.
The last roll that I rolled was after
Nope.
my 19 was a 20.
Roll it again.
Meanie. I was sitting there. It's literally sitting there. That's a 17. Plus,
Which
is
is...
this GI?
Yeah.
That's
28.
6 and 7 is 13. That's 33.
Okay. Guido?
30.
Would anyone like to blow an AP on this?
Sure. I haven't blown one in ages.
This is obviously a non-combat AP.
Hold on.
Anyone in the
My
30
back.
range has a chance of making this noise.
What? I had to get my D6 out. That was a 6.
Oh, that is enough. Z, after extensive researching and... You know what, do me a favor, Z, and stop typing on your damn phone. And...
Talk to his wife.
Sorry.
Go to your character sheet and add
On
Profession Spy.
I have Profession Spy.
Add a rank to it.
Oh, joy.
And I want you to roleplay this either in your head or out loud, I don't care, but basically, as Zerial is talking to people, she slowly grows more and more into that mindset. Z never really did spy work, per se, because she wasn't good at that. But what you're doing now is literally spy work, acting in a way that you need to, diplomatically and politely and innocently, listening for audio cues, visual cues, body language, that kind of a thing, and generally getting across information without making it look like you're trying to, hence you gaining an additional rank in that profession.
Okay.
With all of that, you get one final tidbit of info, which was a DC 35 to make this.
Wow, so I had one.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that is someone recently attempted a coup in Alluvia, in Holtberg specifically.
Oh.
You don't have any other info because there is no more info to be given, at least not where you are. But there are a few people here who traveled here specifically using the hub from Holtberg to
Before
get
it
to
shut down, I'm
before it shut down, which was not very long ago. And there was a battle going on in the royal district of Holtberg when they left.
Interesting.
You
So he's not
intuit
gonna
that there's
share
more
that right
going
now.
on than you
Yeah.
think.
Yes, he's not going to share that right now.
Okay. I think that's all I have to give you until you guys start actually doing stuff outside of the temple. So,
Okay.
Snark and Zuriel squared go and they find Guido. Guido's holding their place. A bunch of people say, "Hey, no cutting, no cutting."
It's okay, he held our place.
We used to hate people who
Diplomacy
did that
is-
at Disneyland. Like, we used to actually call officers over sometimes and be like, "Here, they cut in by holding," and the officers would put them back to the back of the line.
Even if they didn't actually cut in, you just get poor innocent people to go to the back.
No, we don't actually do that. No, we're not evil. Anyways, so no, you cut in. Guido's there, and Guido, you're still feeling uneasy. Just to make that clear, you may share info in or out of character if you want.
So, I will be polite in that when people arrive behind me in line, I will tell them, "Hey, I've got two friends that are coming. Do you mind if when
They don't
get
actually
here?"
mind at all. There
Okay,
really is,
okay.
There is like no hostility here
Like,
at
what
all.
are they going to do about it, even if so?
They're gonna shake their hands like this, and that's
Yes.
it.
So, any other information that I get from the line?
I'm trying to think if there's any other information to be given at the temple.
Okay.
Honestly, I'm not sure there is.
So I would
Oh,
specifically
there is one
ask,
thing.
Okay,
There is
go ahead.
one more thing, and I'm just going to give it to you because you rolled decent earlier. I mentioned in the general GI check that a fleet from Urak had been helping out the the Al-Arkas state, right? Which is the state to the south, for those of you who are not keeping aware of your geography. You hear from a few people who actually lived in a few of those towns, including Kayabanan and Balanchia, that wasn't a fleet sent there to reinforce or protect or defend. They were there to intimidate. That fleet was actually threatening Al-Arkas from the shoreline.
It was just sitting there on the shoreline.
Well, no, they would bombard inward every now and again to get across the point, and people came ashore and were sent to Al-Arkas directly, and then would come back to the fleet and whatnot. But the fleet was definitely having threatening posturing, and most of the fleet basically took over the local ports while they were there. And you know what? I'll make you roll for one last bit of info while I'm at it.
I would also be asking specifically if there was another ley line incident.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. The dark ley line exploded. Everyone knows
Okay.
that. It was super incredibly obvious.
Okay. So I would also be asking if there were noticeable repercussions like there were with
It
the
happened
fire ley line.
yesterday.
So,
Happened.
okay.
Everybody is still talking about it.
Yeah. I actually missed that because it was such an obvious thing that I forgot. But yeah, basically about 9 hours ago, aka exactly when you left that area, the dark ley line exploded. So the dust hasn't even begun to settle from that yet.
Okay. Like I was saying, any obvious repercussions like there were with the fire ley line?
Can't tell.
Probably not enough time.
Yeah, can't tell.
Well, fire ley line, giant ball of fire goes, everywhere. Spatial ley line, any...
Giant balls of space?
dark,
well-
actually.
Yeah, I mean, if
Oh, yeah.
anyone
Any giant
noticed
balls of
anything,
dark?
I'm sure.
Well, the thing
Or
is,
there
all
were
the ley lines that
rumors
exploded had
or-
the exact same wave, Captain. The only difference
It's
was
just
the type
some
of
was
energy.
visible and some were not.
Yeah.
Right.
And
So,
it was
yeah.
pitch black when darkness.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm sure there's rumors that are starting to go around, so
Oh, yeah.
listening for those as well.
There's lots of
Um,
rumors. Apparently, there's this new super weapon the Illuvians have contracted that wipes out the sky.
Nice. Definitely need access to that.
But because it came from Osteth, they're pretty sure that Osteth is secretly allying with Illuvia again.
Okay. Makes sense, yeah.
And the squirrels are secretly trying to run the world from the shadows with their hamster allies.
23, by the
That
way.
guy is drunk.
23. That is not enough for that last tidbit of info. I am sorry.
AP?
It can make it.
Okay.
Roll it up.
Might as well. On the floor, does it still count?
What is it?
It's a 5.
Sure, I'll give it to you. The last bit of info you get is that naval fleet had very few Navari regulars on board. Very few yellowcoats, to use the old term. It was almost entirely mercenaries, and they looked like mercenaries,
And they looted like mercenaries.
and they looted like mercenaries.
Okay.
So, you're in line, temple, up, glass thing, kilometer in the air.
And Z's just walking along like nobody's business.
Totally unafraid of being a kilometer in the air on a nearly perfectly see-through glass staircase.
Yep. Does it have glass handrails to where you can walk over to the handrail?
Yeah.
Okay, Z's like actively like going over and
You can't actually look over the edge. There is a field which prevents you from going farther than the actual handrail itself. So it'd be like, but you can still look just straight down. It's very clear.
jump.
Having fun?
Yeah, how's this stay up here? Jump.
I don't know.
Crack. Crack.
Oh no.
Oh, that's neat.
No one has ever jumped up here before. It's one weakness.
No, it's fine. You make it into the spatial temple. We're going to change backgrounds here really quick. There we go. You make it inside the spatial temple. You viewers are kind of seeing what it looks like inside. You can't see any of the walls or ceilings or floors or anything else solid. It all has the same general texture, but there are walls and floors and ceilings and whatnot, and pedestals. There's a lot of people around here, too.
There is one really neat thing you can do while you're in here. Heal everyone!
Yes, your mana is basically infinite while in a thing.
Right.
So, as before, there's a
Can't use
great...
any of my spells.
As before, there is a great, powerful violet star over there, which you know is the nexus point, the loci, where you can actually enter your trial if you would like to do so.
Jump.
I would like to know which order you guys are doing it in.
How's this work? Hey, Snark. Hey.
What?
Can you show me how it works?
Oh, you step into that thing over there, and then
Show
you take
me.
your trial.
Please?
Snark, why don't you go first?
Okay.
Zerial can go next if she chooses, and that way when she comes out,
Okay.
she'll have someone to
Watch her.
connect with.
Alright. This will just take a second.
Okay, so Snarg walks through, and as I've described before, whoosh, everyone outside sees him walk in and walk out instantly, but of course we're going to do a bit of a scene cut really quick. And we're here. Snarg, you find yourself here. You, of course, see everything that the viewers see.
I was wondering what you were panning down to for a second. I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Well, they were both circular, too. That's the funny part. Snarg, you find yourself in a lush and rich jungle. You recognize this jungle, of course, because you've spent your last several years living and working here. You are on the southern outskirts of Crater, and you have been working as a world-renowned and very famous and very well-off explorer and mapmaker for several years now. The war ended peacefully, of course. Everyone realized it was foolish and stupid to continue waging war with so much loss of life, and therefore everyone amicably came together to the table. And in the wake of that peace treaty announcement, the demand for people such as yourself to basically expand the borders into the unknown became much, much more prevalent than it had been before. And you have taken to the task readily. You're really awesome at it. However, you have just returned from your latest venture to the town of Ulthford. When you realize, well, it's not necessarily realize, there's someone who's been there the last several times, okay? It's an elf gentleman. Kind of tall for an elf, relatively speaking. A little overweight. Looks like he used to be some kind of nobility or something. He's not very physically fit. But whoever he is, you can't stand him. I mean, the way he smells and the way he carries himself, he just stinks of nobility and all the things you hate about that, you know, and especially being basically kind of a common man, you know, every man yourself. Seeing someone who just puts on airs like that just irritates the crap out of you, right? And he's been there several days, and you hear in town, you know, after seeing him this next day, you're like, okay, what's that guy doing here? And you hear from a few people, well, apparently he is actually an explorer like yourself. And he is going to be heading north towards this particular, let's just say it's one chunk of the jungle that hasn't been explored yet, even by you. You made one foray into there and nearly got killed because there was a rampaging golem in the area. You decided to...
golem?
It was actually a oak golem. And you were just like, okay, I'm backing the hell out of this. But you've decided to make a second stab at it, especially since you've got a pretty good idea of where the oak golem's patrol radius is, so you think you can explore it carefully. But he's going to go in there himself. And of course, without even hearing anymore, so you know that this guy's just some kind of glory hog. He's just trying to get the little scraps that you left behind, and he's going to try and, you know, lord it up and just be like, you know, look what I managed. Your knoll friend couldn't even go over here and deal with one little golem.
All right. Okay, I'm assuming I can find him in town. Okay, right?
Oh yeah, he's not really hiding.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to approach him, hopefully in a friendly situation. You're not interrupting him, but
You're not interrupting him, no.
okay.
Can't stand the sight of him though.
So walk up and says, "So, hey there.
Hello, Sir Noel. Can I help you?
Allow me to introduce myself. I've seen you around town. My name's Snark of Wildpaw.
Oh, hello, Mr. of Wildpaw. My name is Torith of Night Whisper. He gives a bow.
Aha. Word around town is that you're looking to venture into that area up there.
Oh, I know. It's I've heard so many stories about it. I've been looking forward to venturing north into the crater regions for like ever since I was a child. But supposedly it's very dangerous too. But you know, this is my first rodeo, so to speak. So.
Oh, really? Where have you been before?
Oh well, I just spent a fairly large amount of time exploring what's left of the Dry Reach region. I don't know if you've heard, you know, what's been going on there, but ever since the Tumarok just vanished, you know, there's been a lot of recolonization and exploration going on there. It's very dangerous. They left a lot of little toys behind, like giant chunks of metal that just attacked you. You wouldn't even believe me if I told you.
I'm sure I wouldn't. Listen, I just want to let you know the place you're heading up to is it's pretty dangerous. All right.
Okay. Well, I kind of assumed. I mean, I'm told there's a golem there of some kind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Last time I went up there, I saw him. That's the reason we've been avoiding that place up until now.
Ah, got you. You want to work together? No, you don't.
All right, let me put it to you straight. I don't want you to go up there alone. All right.
Okay. I mean.
Do you have anyone that normally accompanies you?
No. I've been doing this solo for forever. I kind of have to. I mean, you know, you can't really move in a group when you're, you know, out in the wilds. It doesn't work that way. You should know that.
Aha. This guy has absolutely no idea what he's talking about, does he?
I don't want to give too much away, but you think he's just talking out of his ass.
Mm-hmm. All right. Say, look, friend. I don't want to dissuade you from anything, but if you want to get along in there, you got to know what you're doing, okay?
Okay.
Otherwise, no golem's just going to come along and pound you into the dirt.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what they do.
So, if you're going up there, You listen to exactly what I tell you, and you'll get out of there, okay, all right?
Wait, are you trying to, like... He takes a step back. You're trying to take my dig, aren't you?
What dig?
My excavation, my work, my map-making thing.
Do you know who... Have you even heard of me before? I have enough exploits for myself. I don't need to go and take someone else's map-making dig.
So why are you... Oh, okay, listen, Mr. Wildpaw, I understand. Okay, I understand. You're feeling... I understand, okay. Here. And he reaches into his pocket and he pulls off some gold. He says, here, I have no problem paying for the right to, survey and work on your territory. I understand how this works. So here you go.
No, I don't want your gold, man.
No, it's okay. It's like 1,000 gold. It's a decent chunk.
All right. No. Trust me, no.
No, you don't. It's okay.
All I'm giving you is fair warning, because as much as I hate seeing people just tromping around there, I don't want you to get killed and then have to drag your body out afterwards.
I understand. I understand completely.
So when are you leaving?
Tomorrow, actually.
What time?
3 a.m. Best time.
Is that actually the best time?
Actually, it is, because you'll get there pretty much when the sun is rising, so you have the maximum amount of daylight.
Okay, good. Where are you staying?
Here. You met him at his inn. He's
at the
actually in his
nondescript
room.
inn. All right.
The inn nondescript.
Yes. All right, good. That's where I'm staying too.
Oh, awesome. I figured you would have had your own house. I mean, Lord knows you can afford it.
That's where I'm staying now.
Oh, I understand. Do you have like some kind of thing in the well? You know what? Don't tell me. I don't want to know. All right, I'll see you tomorrow then, Farnell.
Mm-hmm.
Fast forward. What are you doing?
Well, I'm preparing for the trip, and I'm not lying to him. As much as I don't like him doing this, he seems to be intent on going up there, and I don't want to have someone's body, just laying there, dragged out. I don't want to hear someone's rich son got up there and then just got killed, and have everybody said, "Oh, we can't move up there now."
Yeah, I get you. Now, are you like waiting for him on the edge of town to head north? Are you following him, or are you getting there first?
No, I'm following him, and there's no telling what he's going to do. I'll make sure that he's actually equipped.
About 3 a.m. comes around.
And I'll mark him.
You don't see him.
No?
He's not there. He's not leaving. So you wait and wait and wait, and you can wait a certain period of time.
No, if he's not up when he says he's up, I'm... All right. Is there someone up to watch the front desk?
I suppose you could roll awareness to sniff, but that'd be a high tech. We'll see you make it, because there's usually no dice rolls in trials. By the way, there's usually no dice rolls in trials. So you make it, and you can't smell him in his room at all. He's not in his room.
I'll go then ask the person on watch if so-and-so left or what happened.
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Is he actually staying here?
Yeah. There's a gentleman, I can't remember his name already. He has this room rented out for the next week, already paid in advance.
Surely not. All right, how far away is our starting point?
It's like, I don't know, it's a few hours into the jungle.
Oh, okay.
Maybe like 2 hours. It's not that far of a trip, but it is a decent chunk in there to get to that area.
Is his door unlocked?
No.
No.
You can use whatever it's called to try and pick it.
Oh, no. My picking is...
You can use your lock pick.
Now, I will tell the innkeeper, here, do you mind checking on him? He was supposed to meet me out here at so-and-so time.
Oh, sure, no problem. A few minutes pass.
All right, I'll go. Well, can I go with him?
I'd prefer my patrons keep their privacy, sir.
All right, fine. Just let me know if he's in there.
Okay. 10 minutes pass. He's not in there.
I mentioned that these people are idiots. All right. Well, here's some money for your time.
Oh, thank you, sir.
And if he comes around, let him know that I've started off.
Okay, will do.
All right.
Head north. Towards.
Yes.
Are you heading towards that dig site?
Yeah, we were supposed to start out and head up.
All right,
I'm going to be looking for him on the way.
2 survival list rolls, which you ace, and you make great time. It takes you less time than normal to get through there. And as you're getting through, you start to hear what sounds like this really loud noise, and it's actually really hard to distinguish what it is. It's like almost like something is snapping trees and something ahead of you.
Like a golem?
Nah.
Alright. If we know anything about golems, the vision is based on movement. So.
Hang on just a second.
Alright, well, I'll go stealth mode and try to investigate it further.
All
just
right.
confirm.
You're doing a great job of stealthing. You're really used to blending into the jungle at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you also remember that stealth is impossible against a golem, but
Well, it may not be a golem, we don't know.
that is true. It could be a T-Rex.
Yes.
So you sneak your way through there, and you hear someone yelling out in pain, and you realize that there's some gentleman down there, and he is currently being held it's a very familiar-looking gentleman who is currently being held in the grip of this massive Ulk golem that looks rather familiar.
Oh, shoot.
And the Ulk golem is in the middle of kind of stomping its way back towards where you know its origination point is. You're not sure why it's taking him with it.
It looks like is he in danger of dying at the moment?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So if he's in its grip much longer, he's going to die.
Very likely.
Alright. Looks like I don't have a choice.
I'd like to remind you that you hate his guts.
I don't know. I mean, he's still a guy.
I know, but I mean, he's an idiot. He actually just got himself... He went off early and got himself caught by a freaking golem.
Well, I mean, look, unless something has changed drastically over the years since then, I mean, he's still an idiot. But at least maybe he'll learn his lesson, though.
True enough. So you lunge forward, full of vim and vigor, intent on distracting the golem, knowing that it's the only way to get the golem to let go of him, basically. And the golem whirls on you and immediately starts stomping after you.
Okay.
And you have a choice at this point of what you can do.
Okay. Oh, wait a minute. I'm still a geomancer, aren't I?
Yes, you are. You're a very experienced geomancer of the wilds, having spent so much time in the woods.
And we are in a forest?
Forest.
Okay. Okay. Well, my objective is not to, take down this golem. That's freaking hard, especially by yourself. My objective is just to get him out of there in a way.
Okay.
Now, we know that golems will reform themselves if they're separated, right?
Yes.
But they still have to reform themselves.
Yes.
So if I'm able to detach him, then he's likely going to be free.
Very true.
Okay. Well, I think I would be able to, even if it means getting myself damaged, cut him out of whatever the golem has grasping him.
Okay.
Do you think, based on my knowledge, would I be able to do that?
It'll be difficult. Yeah, there's no way you can do so without risk to yourself, though. Absolutely not.
That's
And
right.
you know
It's not like I haven't fought a golem before.
Yeah.
So
I'll fought 6 of them.
So just in case, I can't get to him to heal him or anything because he's being grabbed.
Yeah.
So regen, and as the golem's chasing me, I just suddenly spin around and
you do this lunging charge down and manage to slice off its arm, clean off, because you crit.
Okay.
And the arm goes kunk and lets out the guy. And the guy falls to the ground and he's bleeding piteously and he's howling in pain.
Great.
Looks like his legs are broken.
Quick cure, maximized, and then I'm grabbing him and hauling out of there.
Well, see, the fact that you cast that cure means that that's basically your action, your next action. So
Okay.
the golem gets a reaction after that.
That's fine.
So the golem smashes you right across the head, really hard,
Ow.
and knocks you to the ground prone.
All right.
Now you're on the ground prone, he's on the ground prone. Your cure has cured the major injuries in his legs, so he can move now.
All right. I'll tell him if you've got any tricks. Now's the time to use them. And or is he just peeing his pants right now? Okay. That's what I thought. God. Why can't I be in the mountain area?
Fly, you fool!
Yeah, yeah. You can run and abandon him, or you can try and carry him, which will surely kill you both. Or you can try and distract the golem, and he can run. These are your three options, really.
From what I know of golems, will they go after other living creatures attacking them?
I don't understand your question.
Like, if suddenly there was something else that came up and started hitting it, would it likely go after that, or would it stay on me?
It depends, admittedly.
Hmm.
It's variable. Usually, they do have a threat detection mechanism.
Okay. Alright. Here's what I'll do. Using my geomancer abilities.
Okay.
This is going to sound silly, but it's actually here. Say, call forth a furious marsupial charge from the underbush.
And they attack the crap out of
And I
it.
start gnawing, and it does a bunch of, and it pierces all but some DR, a bunch of bludgeoning damage, etc.
And the golem's like, "Roar."
And hopefully while he's occupied with them, I'll snatch him and get out of there.
Okay, the golem comes charging after you.
All right, is
It will-
it faster than me?
Yes, by a huge margin. You have one round, basically, to make an action before it catches you and kills you both in one shot. And a motorcycle goes by.
But can they fly?
Can golems fly?
Yes.
They have a great deal of reach, but no.
All right,
Unless you're a flying golem.
because I can technically fly.
I believe I can technically fly.
Well, no.
I
It's
believe I can technically touch the sky.
true. It's true.
Okay.
Because, all right, I tell him, it's going to look a little weird, but trust me. And I use Ascension.
Oh, God. Ah! No, actually, what he's going to do is he's going to look at you, and he's going to be like, wait a minute, you're a desolate.
No.
And then, realizing that, he grabs you, and suddenly you find yourself going through a very familiar thing, and you find yourself inside his room.
Oh, he just used Desolation Teleport?
Yeah.
Well, I look at him like,
And you hate him. Like, in a scary building now. You want to kill him now.
oh, no save.
Nope. Not from actually seeing a teleport like that. Because he assumed you were a desolate, so you'd be safe to do it.
Well, I shot at him, so I'm not a Desolate, but I can see you certainly are.
And he's like, oh my god! You lied! What are you, you monster? Because, you're still in ashen death form of doom.
So I can't believe I got all the way out there to save you, and this is what you are? No, I gotta attack him, don't I?
Yes, you do.
Well, I attack him.
Alright, you wound him severely, and he translates away, as you might imagine. Leaving you there alone to walk out of the Violet Star. And suddenly we're back! There.
Well, that was fast. So is that how that works? Is that how that works?
By the way, you have a feeling that you succeeded. Despite everything.
Yeah,
Pretty much,
that's how it
Ariel.
works.
Okay.
Did you want to try?
I just don't want.
Dun 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 dun.
Snark is still discombobulated right now.
Did you just... So yeah, Snark is probably a little bit winded and horrified and whatever else he's emotionally recouping from.
Yeah, he didn't respond to Zariel asking him if that was how it was worked. You just walked in and then you walked out. So she turned around and asked Guido, and Guido's response was, "Yeah, that's pretty much how it works. Do you want to go?" And then she just goes, "Yeah," and walks in.
Yeah. So we'll be doing Siege Trial next. Now, for my viewers, I want to explain something. The trials are semi-sentient. They have the ability to morphically change their situation to the individual to basically try to test a certain aspect of their personality. The term trial and test is almost a misnomer, because it's not so much about passing it as it is experiencing it, right? Obviously, there is a pass-fail element to it, but that's separate, and I don't feel like explaining that right now, especially since none of the players in character know about that. So the idea here is trials tend to be... I tend to spend a lot of time on trials, and most of my players can attest to that, including these three right here. I have spent a lot of time on these trials, but unfortunately you are seeing basically all three of these people have non-standard trials. So this isn't normally what happens when a trial happens.
Yeah, normally they last like 2 or 3 hours.
And yeah, and there's a lot of variance in them. But anyway, so Snark has finished his, and then Z goes in, and we're going to do this a little bit differently because Z goes in and then doesn't come out immediately. So whoops, that's not Z. Which one of these is Z? The one named labeled Guido is Z. There, so
No.
so Zerial goes into the Violet Star and doesn't come out.
Oh, this happened once before.
Didn't the same thing happen with Fear Nacil?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Although she did come
Yeah.
out after a few minutes.
So I'm gonna look to the attendants.
Yes.
We
What can we do for you, sir?
No, I'm just looking at them. I'm not addressing them. I'm
Oh.
waiting for them to react to.
Oh, right. So yeah, after about 30 seconds, which is even more than enough, they're going to rush forward and be like, where's the young woman who came through here? I don't know. She was a young elf woman. Has anyone seen it? And they start looking around, seeing if she exited a different way, even though that's very uncommon. And no. Has anybody seen? Excuse me, sir. And they approach Guido. What was that woman's name?
Zerial.
Is there a Zerial of Night Whisper here? Except they don't know that part. Is there a Zerial here? Anybody? An elf woman named Zerial? And they've stopped people from entering the Violet Star for now. Are you two doing anything?
I mean, what can I do?
Good question.
Stand by the exit. I mean,
Okay. After about half an hour passes, are you still not doing anything?
are they still restricting people from going in?
Yes.
What are you thinking?
I'm just about to say, I wonder if it's even working right now. I mean, I can check, but that's kind of a traumatic experience.
Let me just check really quick. Oh god, not again!
Can I tell if anything has changed since from when and before she went in to now? Like, is it doing anything differently?
No.
No?
You can roll to
I'm
get
assuming I
abilities
still
on it.
have the. Oh, sorry. What was that?
What was that?
You can roll if you want to get some detailed info, but basically it amounts to everything's the same. Aside from a few confused people in a line that is starting to get longer and longer.
I'm assuming I still have that something's not right feeling.
Oh god, it's worse than ever.
You're at
Is
the
it
apex.
worse?
It is thrumming through you.
Yeah, pretty
Great.
much.
Is it worse since Z went into,
No.
or did it? Okay.
It was as soon as you entered the temple that it got its worst, and it is.
Guido, I've got an idea. Just so we can see what's going on. This is going to sound bad, but trust me, it's not. Why don't we see if you can go in, and if you come right out, we'll know it's something with her. Or
Okay.
it. And I'll sit here and monitor it from the outside, I suppose. I mean, I don't know what else I can do. Unless
If they'll
there's
allow
some...
me in.
Unless there's some other... I mean, is this the only way that people can come out, ever?
Yes.
You're 100% sure?
Yes, says the attendant. Now we're going to go ahead and pause for a moment with these two. We're going to go over to Z.
Do, 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 do. Am I unmuted?
You are currently
Yes.
unmuted. You've been
Excellent.
unmuted. Hang on, I got to switch the camera stuff over. Whoa. Okay, where are you, Z?
I'm right
you're,
here.
You're Guido, that's right. The label for your window is Guido because that's what it was back when we first started doing this. Okay, now, Zerial, or Z squared. You exit out onto a large, very deep red, violet, and amber plain. Very thick grass, kind of tall. It comes up, well, I don't know what height you are now, but it comes up about a foot overall. And there's some trees in the distance which also are unusual shades of... They're like normal trees, but they seem to be more red than usual. There are tints of red to them. And little flecks of flame coming off of bits and pieces of them here and there.
Ooh, that's pretty. I'm gonna go dash off.
Wait, let me finish describing. In the distance, you see these red crystals jutting out of the ground here or there. They appear to be decorative in nature. You can tell that whatever they are composed of solid fire element. You can tell even from here. How aware is Zariel of geography in general?
Well, she's well traveled.
So she is aware of the fact that she lives on a globe, for
Yeah.
example.
Oh yeah.
And
Curvature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The curvature
She
goes like
sailed
this
before.
here. If you look up, you notice you can see more terrain in the distance instead of less. And as you look up even further, you notice that the sun is glowing brightly and strongly directly above you as though it was high noon, but the sun itself is pitch black, even though it gives off normal light.
Huh.
And in the distance, you hear a sudden explosion and screams. And you look down, and you see a creature. Now, how tall are you right now? This is kind of
About
important.
4 foot tall.
You are 4 foot tall?
I'm about 4 foot tall.
Okay, so instead of looking down, you look to your
Look up.
side. No, you look to your side, and you see a creature which I'm going to describe very specifically. It is roughly bipedal, kind of hunched over. Instead of skin or fur, it has very thick scales, almost like a sclavy or a kobold has. But in both of their cases, those scales are obviously just very thin and just a part of their skin. In this case, these scales look like they're actually armored, like you would see on some kind of rough kind of turtle or something like that. Like a dragon turtle or something. And it goes all the way up them. Their feet terminate in 3 long toes, which end in very wicked-looking claws, very raptor-style claws. It's kind of balancing itself on a long tail that comes out behind it. The scales themselves are mostly this sort of amber-flecked red with little bits of green that kind of glitter based on the angle you're looking at it in.
Okay.
Its head, for lack of a better term, is roughly lizard-looking, all things considered. It kind of terminates in a short beak-looking thing that has very jagged shark teeth in it. It has
Shark
large...
teeth meaning multiple rows?
Yes. And you've seen a shark tooth, right? It's jagged on
Yes.
the sides.
Yes.
It's got large eyes, which are blue, consequently, as it looks up at you. Not the whole eye, just the iris.
Wait, looks up at me so its head is lower?
Oh, whatever. It looking at you. I keep forgetting you're 4 feet. Make yourself 6 feet. It's so much easier.
No, I'm 4 feet tall.
Looking at you. And it has what looks like bone juts coming out of its head, like this, going back. In something that could, I guess you could call it hair, but it's basically just an ornamenting thing. And there is some kind of carapace on its back, which appears to have several decorations on it. Some gemstones and some beads are hanging from it, and there's some kind of markings and tattoos and whatnot on it.
Okay.
And the carapace itself is jet black. And the creature looks at you and says,
I don't recognize that language.
nope.
So I'm going to respond in Serpent first. That didn't work. I'm going to respond in Common.
Oh, you speak common.
Yes, what do you speak?
Common. No. Okay, you need to stop standing there. We need to run, like right now.
Why?
And he grabs you and he's like, come on, come on.
Okay.
And behind you is there's another explosion. And you hear screams in the distance again.
What are we
And-
running from?
I don't know. It's been attacking us for the last several weeks now. We're not the first ones that have been hit. It's just been moving itself south over and over, trying to claim more and more for itself. We're not sure even why.
What's it
and
look like? Dash, 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 dash.
And then suddenly the whole ground shakes, and both of you are kind of flung to the ground from the impact. And if you look behind you, you see that. And I've sent you a picture.
Got it. Clicking zip picture.
And now I will describe it for our viewers without showing it. What you see land
You have me
behind you,
describe it.
if you want to, go for it. But that is basically landing amidst the trees
I hadn't
behind you.
hit save yet.
It is landing amidst the trees behind you, and there are several spouts of flame going through in rivulets down the trees and into the ground around it. And now we play the waiting game.
It started off telling me 14 minutes.
Where's my drink? I got a drink.
Open sesame! Holy shit!
By the way, it's huge. Like
Yeah, I got the feeling.
I want to give you an actual representation of the trees.
It's elbow. Let's keep running!
Yes, that's what I said.
Yeah. Grab. Stand. Run.
Run. Oh God. And it roars bloody murder and screams something in a language, which is obviously a language you also don't understand. And you see it grab several other creatures similar to the one that's next to you and just kind of crush them to death in its claws.
Ah! What the hell? What
And
is
it-
it?
And then it looks right at you.
You better go that way. And I'm gonna shove the guy. And then I'm
Okay.
gonna take off running the opposite direction.
Wait, no, you don't want to.
No, you go that way. Get down.
Meanwhile, the large creature has started to move towards you, kind of slowly, and it's like its eyes have never left you. Even moving slowly, it's probably keeping up with you.
I'm like hiding behind a tree.
It reaches down, grabs the tree, uproots it.
I don't speak Russian.
And it flings the tree off into the distance. And it leans in closer. And what do you say? In what language? This is super important.
I'm not recognizing what it's saying at all.
Correct.
God, what language am I going to talk?
Damn it, Snark.
Common is the most common.
It's called that for a reason.
Yes.
Damn it, Snark. Well, it keeps going. I'm not sure why, but I know it's you because yours is the thing lighting up whenever it happens.
We can't hear you at all. Your mic is muted.
Yeah, it's like just doing noise every now and again. Just if it does it again, I'll say something. Anyways,
So,
well,
for those of you who can't see Snarg right now, he just sprayed himself up the nose with a can of canned air.
I'm sure that worked out.
And
Z,
now
would,
he's running off.
Z, would you care to describe the creature for our viewers?
I would love to describe the creature. What I am seeing here is a monstrously huge creature.
And that's the
That's-
description.
Has very large, very sharp, and very distinct scales going up its arms. Its 4 fingers on each hand permeate into large, very wicked, very sharp-looking claws. I'm assuming there's blood and bits of the things that it just squished in it, in both its scales, on the tips of its fingers, and its palm. Does it appear to have been eating any of them?
No.
Okay, so there's its face, which is now right here,
Looking down at you.
is a very sharp. It's a very sharp beak with a single row of very large, very sharp, very wicked-looking teeth across its neck and abdomen. The scales get larger, but this creature is very, very well armored. It has 4 appendages that all appear to be the same length and size. Although from the picture I can't really see its hind appendages, but I'm assuming that's the direction it's built. So yes, it has 4 legs. It walks on all 4 legs, or at least it appears to have been walking on all 4 legs.
It's been doing so and is doing so right now.
And it has 2 very large membrane-style wings that branch off of its back, and a very long, also armored tail. That's just as long as its body, and it's been actively using those 3 things, its 2 wings and its tail, to balance itself as it stomps along. Which I'm sure has also been creating vast amounts of disturbances, high winds, knocking things down as the tail swings back and forth or lands on the ground. And it has, for its size, relatively small, yellow, beady eyes.
Which burn.
Which are actively, apparently, on fire. It's also breathing fire at me.
Yes, it is actually going to rear up and breathe this column of this plume of flame down upon you.
Oh, joy.
Now, I've said before
Does it hurt?
that trials do not involve dice rolls. This is not a standard trial. Z.
I haven't got to talk to it yet.
No, you haven't. What is your health?
My health is 150.
Oh, that's good. Well, you take...
I rolled an 18.
If you'll remember, you take half damage from fire right now.
Yes.
As part of your new stat of stuff. Which is good, because that means you only take 48 fire damage.
I'm at 102 currently. Shit.
And it looks down at you and notices that should have obliterated you, and it didn't. And
That
now
hurt. That was not very nice. Why are you hitting me? I'm
What language?
common.
Okay. What do you look like right now?
Well, this is non-standard trial, so I'm assuming that I would not have been reverted into my true form.
Correct.
Until he blasted me with fire, I looked like what I looked like going into it, which was a 5-foot something, however tall Z was, elf woman. And then he blasted me with fire, which blew my concentration to hell.
For some
and
reason.
now I'm 4 foot tall. And I look like what I've described to you, which I will describe for the viewers because they have not seen Z's actual true form. They've only seen the bits of the drawing, which
That is
isn't
true.
done yet. So Z in true form is on fire actively. She, her entire body is on fire. Inside that flames, and it's notable that the flames are varying from really, really, deep red up to a bright, the bright white yellow flame that you get. It never at any point reaches, the blue flame, the really, really super hot blue flame, unless other things happen that haven't happened. She actively does not touch the ground anymore. She still walks. She doesn't actually fly, but she does have flame type wings that go out from behind her, which the guys haven't seen yet because I haven't seen her in actual true form, and I can't show you because I haven't actually drawn them yet. She does not really have clothing per se on, but her feet and her hands and across her rib cage are all dark. They glow like embers. And it's basically she has what, if her feet were glowing red hot embers, so I call them boots and gloves and, a chest piece, but they're not actually, they're actually her skin. It's just glowing red hot embers. And then there is a part where her ears should be right here that kind of goes up and back and kind of hooks up that contains her hair that is also that glowing, red hot ember. And her hair is all flame. Her body has mass and, kind of looks a little bit charcoaly, but her hair is just actively flames and rippling and going everywhere. And on her face, if you're looking at her from the side, she has a distinct, very visible profile that looks perfectly normal. But if you're looking at her up close, where her mouth and her nostrils should be, she doesn't have any. Where her eyebrows would be, there are none. She has no eyelids. In fact, her eyes are a little bit odd. Rather than having, the eye, the white of the eye, the iris, and the pupil, and eyelids with eyelashes and eyebrows, and, inside where her eyes would be, where you would normally see, eyelids, there's clearly an eyelid there, when if you look at it from a profile, but there's no actual distinct change in between that and where you would normally see the whites of the eyes. Instead, all she has is a pale blue iris, where the irises would normally be. There's nothing strange about them if, they weren't the same color as the rest of her skin. If the eyeball wasn't the same color as the rest of her skin and the eyelids and everything, then, she'd just have pale blue eyes. And she doesn't actually have pupils. It's just the pale blue eyeball. So, yeah, that's what she looks like now that she's been blasted to hell and back with fire and lost her concentration.
So the creature looks down at this new thing before it and says in a low guttural common,
"Your little tricks will not hide you from me. Usurper, we will not endure your kind here any more than we did in our previous realm."
and it reaches up with one arm to slam it down straight onto you. I suggest
I'd like
you
to
move.
teleport
Where?
back to where I was when I first popped in.
Oh, you mean
When I
over
first
there.
popped into here, yes.
You can do that.
Yeah.
Smash! And it literally creates like a small crater where it hits. And it reaches, and it turns around and actually smells you. You're not that far away, of course.
No.
So it,
I'm
it goes,
actively running.
whirls
behind-
around, and it starts almost galloping on all fours coming after
And I'm
you.
going to yell back over my shoulder, "What do you mean you won't take my kind anymore? I just got here!"
It's going to take a very deep breath as it's galloping at you.
I'm going to teleport back behind
And it lets forth this massive belch of flame, which literally vaporizes the forest and grass and even rock, burning the rock down to bare cinders.
Yeah,
in this massive, it's made of valley, an artificial valley of glass.
It's like teleport up here, run. Oh shit, it's back there.
It
Run,
rolls
run,
around
run.
again and says,
Where are the rest of your kind? Tell me you may meet your death quick!
They're outside of the where I came in. I don't even know. Run.
And it
Teleport.
smashes like this time. It catches you a little bit before you have a chance to teleport, but it doesn't actually hit you. It's like you're running here, and the hand goes, and you're literally sent flying through the air from the impact. And you are now soaring through the air, screaming. And it roars bloody murder. It reaches into the sky and it says,
I don't speak that language.
and in response, you hear a few other voices in the distance respond in the same language.
Ah! I want to go home.
And it whirls on you and says, I demand you tell me everything.
I'll tell you. Just stop squishing me.
And it grabs you very, very quickly. Like, you don't even get a reflex check. And so you're
Okay.
now in its massive clawed grip, and it's like here on its fours, leaning on one of its elbows to try and keep itself upright, and glaring at you like this.
Hi.
How did you find us here?
And flames just start to burst in its mouth as it opens.
If you destroy me with fire, I can't tell you anything. You apparently
Speak,
know what I am.
usurper!
Am I?
You are one of them, the Viosians! We will not suffer their kind here
Viosian?
any more than we have ever.
And then you're back, and you leave the Violet Star. Scene change, and you come stumbling on fire out of the Violet Star. There's a bunch of people gathered around.
I'm not a Viosian!
And everyone sees you and goes, "Oh my god!"
And they roll a will save.
No, they don't have to in this spot, but they are. They're like, "Oh my god, what's wrong with that poor woman? She's on fire."
You're back! Finally! What happened?
She's
I'm
on.
not a fire ocean. Don't squish me.
Okay. I believe you.
Are you sure it's her? I mean, she is on fire, and
I look. I look lots different than what I have previously.
would you like to change your appearance quickly?
Would
No.
you like to tell me I'm on fire?
That's their decision, not mine.
Well, you've been on a fire before, haven't you?
Relax, Zariel. It's over.
I rolled a 7 on my concentration check.
Aura of courage. +4.
That's still only 11.
7 plus 9, actually.
Oh, well, that might make it plus the 4.
Yeah.
So you like, it takes you a bit though. You're laying there panting, and then you like slowly go back into elf form. You look worse for wear because you've actually taken damage.
Yeah, I'm
Guido.
smart enough to.
Roll heal.
Well, Snark could too.
He could, but he's distracted.
Yes. Super distracted.
20.
Guido, she's actually injured.
I will get the attention of one of the attendants.
No, they immediately saw when this flaming ball of flame fell out of the violet star.
Flaming ball of flame.
I'll point to one of them, doesn't matter. She needs some healing.
Oh, no problem. Healing's infinite here.
I know, right?
So I could
Best thing ever!
Yeah.
So yeah, you're healed back up to full. And the attendants, oh, that's a good question.
A giant flaming ball of flaming just tumbled out.
They're gonna try to
Injure.
confine you.
Why are they trying to confine her? Well,
You're
I'll take. Why are you
kidding,
trying to
right?
confine her?
Please, sir, stay back. We're not sure what's going on here yet.
No, it's fine. I think she needs to go.
Yes,
had a
she
traumatic
does. She needs to
experience.
go here with us. Come with us, ma'am. We're gonna take you to people who can try and figure out what went wrong.
Zariel, I think you should go with Snarg.
Sick.
She's got it.
Okay, so they're like surrounding her, and they've got several mages, and it's obvious they're in a little bit more like of a confrontational tone than they should be. Obviously, they can't actually hurt her because they're incapable.
I just
Everyone's incapable here.
spellcraft roll myself. It's my first single digit of the day. Well, my second single digit.
You're magical.
Snark gets a plus something to magical beasts.
Yeah, you're supernatural.
Oh,
He marked her.
he did. Last night.
It's true. I don't know what that means in this
I
particular
don't
situation,
either.
but
It means if you're trying to track her down, it's all good. No,
She's right there.
yeah.
You found her.
So several order
Yeah.
people are going to come by. You remember them, right? The order?
uh-huh.
And they're going to come by and they're going to examine you.
All right.
They're looking at you really carefully and they're doing their rolls.
All right,
No,
I'm going to
I
stand
am
next to her to
rolling
make sure that they
concentration.
don't try to do anything or take her off anywhere other than
No,
where
like-
she's at right now.
One of them comes over, obviously a senior. This is sometime later. Says, "Ma'am, I think you should come with us. We need to try and figure out what exactly went wrong. Obviously, the trial has had a terrible and traumatizing effect on you, and we deeply apologize. But we need to take you someplace safe where we can fix
You
the
wanna
damage
take
that
me
was
some-
done to you."
Deception.
I looked at him and said, there ain't nothing wrong with her.
33.
I'm not going to roll. He's not lying.
What do you think was done to me?
Ma'am, you are not right. You do not look like any elf I've ever seen, and your elemental affinity is all over the place in the flame of fire, and there's something just wrong with you. We need to try and fix this as quickly as possible. I'm not an expert. That's why I want to send you to experts, ma'am. I want to try and help you. I have no desire to see anyone come to ill, especially on my watch in my temple.
Zariel, you don't have to go with them.
You hush. Go watch Guido. I'll be okay.
No.
Wait, are you going with them? That seems like a bad idea to go alone.
No, I'm thinking.
It's dangerous to go alone. Take a Guido.
Guido, would you like to do your trial while she's thinking?
Sure.
Okay.
Because it's
So
basically instantaneous.
yeah, she already knows. Guido, you walk up to the Violet Star and do this.
Right.
By the way, have there been other people that have been going since I popped out?
Yes.
And they came out just fine.
I don't know if you can see what's happening here, but yeah. Solid. You literally cannot enter the Violet Star.
So you're just going to sit there and bang your head against it.
And the people behind you are like, "Sir?" Dum 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 dum.
Snark, you should draw their attention to Guido. Then I can leave.
Don't do it. Well, okay, actually, that's a good idea.
Sure. Like he can't get in. That's weird.
Huh?
Look, he's just banging his head against the door.
Oh my God, Sir Lugian, are you okay? Rush, 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 rush. You have 3 seconds to run.
Yeah, I'm merging
Or-
into the crowd and changing shape.
Okay. She's gone. I'm not even gonna make you roll stealth. In the chaos of the moment, you make it.
Yay.
Guido, now you're stuck.
But you could just leave.
Roll stealth, Guido. I'm not here.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Sure. No, I want to see
don't
where this
actually
goes.
wanna take the.
I'll even
that's
roll
okay.
my D4.
All right. What do
Ooh.
we got?
So
With the penalty.
let's see. With my armor penalty, that's what, normally a -8?
Mm-hmm.
Right, okay. Do I get my dex bonus?
No, you don't. At
No,
least I think
no,
you
because
don't.
that's nope.
I'm actually not 100% on that.
Stealth
I'm-
is.
Pretty sure you do.
Well, in armor, I thought being in armor negated having
Oh,
dex bonus at all.
yeah. You're talking about max dex bonus, right?
Yeah, my
It's weird. It applies
Let's
to some
just say you
things.
don't, just for humor.
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
Because I don't have any points in stealth, so you know.
So
It's just a flat D20.
+4 plus D4.
+4. Yeah, +4.
So the net
So-
result is.
A -3.
So Guido's like, I'm going to sneak away from you now. Wait, no. She pulls a Mass Effect. I should go. And they just watch you like,
Wait, no. Classic line that I've always used. Oh, look, the Hindenburg.
oh my God. Where'd that Lugian
what's
go?
the
Oh,
hint?
he's right there. Hang on, they have to roll a -4 or less to not see you.
Oh, look.
He's right there. He's like 3 feet right there. He's not even hiding. No, what you're doing is you've grabbed 2 smaller people and you're holding up like this, like.
Slowly backing away.
No. I've got it. He has my 2 ice elementals from my bag.
Wow.
I
I were
wouldn't
very
think to
worried
grab
about you,
those.
by the way. Oh, they weren't with you? Okay, never mind then.
No, I wouldn't think to grab them. It's just not
no.
a character thought. So
So, Guido, you are now surrounded by.
Well, who's got my bags then? Because Z, you've
concerned
not told
people.
Z that bag was her bag, or rather that she has to carry her bag in order
Suddenly-
to stay with her.
You've always had your bag with you.
Okay. Except when I was destroyed.
So, Snarg, you are basically free to go if you want. Guido, you're surrounded by concerned Order members.
Because you can't get into your trial.
I'm looking over their shoulder and like another distraction, or are you just gonna leave?
The Hindenburg!
maybe it'll work from the other side.
Sure.
I just love the look on Arch's face.
Tang, tang.
Yeah. Success.
You win.
I'll
sir.
just go that way.
Okay, so you just kind of roam her off, and the people, like, the Order agents look like they're going to try and stop you at first. But then
Then
they're
they
like,
realize they've lost the elf woman.
yeah, pretty much exactly right. They're like, wait a minute.
Where'd she go?
And by then, Lugian's gone! Wait, no, he's right there.
Wait, let me roll another stealth.
He's really obvious. He's right there. See if we can get better than negative this time. I'm going to roll their awareness here. Okay.
It's a 10.
So I rolled their awareness, and it's actually a 9.
Wow.
So
Crap, we've lost them both.
where's the Lugian? You're like right here. Where's that Lugian?
They're
He
not
went that way!
Trying to
They're not
tiptoe
looking
away.
up, that's the problem.
Ka-clunk. Ka-clunk.
So yeah, I swear, viewers, most trials don't actually go like this, but yeah.
What's really funny is from my understanding, isn't that going to be?
the standard from now on?
Yeah.
So you guys leave the spatial temple. Oh, hang on, let's go back to that picture. Bzz, there we go. You're back out at the city outside. It is now nighttime.
Guido, you lied! That was horrible! There was this man-eating thing that was gonna
All right, hang on.
squish me! And it
Jump.
breathed fire on me and it hurt! You didn't tell me it would hurt!
You don't have mind speak at all right now, by the way.
Okay.
That's relevant because otherwise she could say
Oh, wait.
info dump.
She wouldn't have thought to say info dump.
Just pointing it out.
Why did it think I was a Viosian? I don't look like a Viosian. I don't even know what a Viosian looks like.
Are you saying
Wait,
that out loud?
Well, I'm
Like-
assuming we're back at camp.
Wait, who, what now?
Did
I
we
need
go
to know
back
where
to
you're
camp?
saying the word Viosian out loud. I really do.
I wouldn't have said it in town.
Okay. Then I won't do that roll.
I have a brain.
I don't know, lately, I mean, you know.
All right, wait. Start from beginning, Double Z. Tell me what you saw.
Calling me Double Z.
Because your
I
name
don't
is
know.
My
Z
name's
squared.
Zariel. There's
Zariel.
not 2 Z's in it.
I'm going to leave you at Z squared for now.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes people get nicknames. It's not exactly their name, but they go by it, right?
Well, I don't understand why I ever would have gone by that.
Like, his name is Snar.
Yeah.
Wasn't that your name?
Easy.
Mini Z.
Okay, so I went in and I was at this really gorgeous place that was full of fire.
And felt great to be there.
And it felt great. It felt like what it felt like when I got right before I came back. You know, when
Okay.
we were
So
fighting
you were in
Garrett?
hell. Okay.
I did not have a good time right before you came back, so I don't know.
Well, it felt great. Like home, but not like home, because home was... Well, it's as close as I felt to what I've heard people tell me home feels like, ever.
Okay.
And the trees were fire, and there were fire rocks that were just fire. They were fire rocked. And I met this thing, and it talked in some language I didn't recognize. And I repeat what it said. Obviously, I don't know, but I have a perfect memory, so I can just... Here's what it said. I don't know what
okay.
it meant, but it spoke common, and then we had to run. And then we were running, and there was this big, loud stomping, and then the stomping spotted me and chased me, and it hit me, and it hurt. You didn't tell me it would hurt.
They're not normally supposed to. Well, they do, but they don't.
No,
Like-
it hurt. A lot.
It's not supposed to last.
Yeah. Like, I got hit by a golem. And I'm okay.
Well, I got hit by a giant flaming footprint, and it hurt, and it still hurt.
That doesn't sound like any... Wait, how long were you there?
Approximately
5
33 minutes.
Oh, approximately 33 minutes?
That's actually
That doesn't sound like any trial. That sounds like you're actually there.
Wasn't
Because
that
normally-
what happens? You just go someplace?
No.
It's not a place I've ever seen. The curve was all wrong. It curved like this instead of like this.
by her description, is it one of the reed sharks or
It does-
whatever it was?
It does actually sound like a very large reed shark. The only thing that was different about it is that it had that wings she described. So imagine a huge reed shark with wings, which is kind of a terrifying thought because reed
What-
sharks are pretty.
Is there any
deadly.
variant of reed sharks like that? Or is that completely new?
Not that you're aware of. You are aware of a few variants of reed sharks. Maticars come to mind immediately, but those are furred. They go the
Okay.
opposite direction of that.
The place she's describing, is that anywhere I would know of?
No.
Just checking.
Well, it sounds like the LaSalle that we teleported to when.
It does have several similarities to Aphis LaSalle.
She said that everything was fire element, right?
You remember the leaf that Rory ate?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that burned his tongue.
Burning trees? Come on.
Like I said, it does have several elements of Aphis LaSalle, which Zerial, or Z, never went to.
Yep.
You guys did, though.
Wasn't there some kind of destruction that was going on there when we were leaving?
It was being invaded by the Tumorok.
Yeah, but those are
Okay.
big metal blocky things. I mean,
You've never actually seen a Tumorok. You also don't know if they use
Snark has.
anything.
yes, I have.
You don't know that.
Well,
In
I don't.
character.
It wasn't one of those things. So,
No.
flying reed sharks, though.
But the idea here I'm trying to reach logically is it wouldn't be out of design for your characters to assume that what you saw was basically a very large, a custom, what's the term for that? Custom bred, basically, reed shark that the Tumorok made specifically for this kind of engine of war.
Actually, hang on. That Tumrock spoke to me
Yes,
in
it
that thing.
did.
Did it sound like what she's repeating?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay, just
I
checking.
can also repeat what the language that the big giant thing that told me I was a Viosian,
Which is a different language,
which is a different language.
and also is not what the thing that you don't know was a Tumorok was saying.
Okay.
The Banderling. I actually just edited that episode, so you actually pretty much specifically called it a Banderling, a mutant Banderling.
Okay. Well, this is going to be a problem if you try to go to any more temples. You can't get in, and you cause mass panic, and it takes you somewhere where you can get killed.
Yeah, it hurt.
I know it did.
What if I don't come? If that thing gets a hold of me again, are all trials? Do they all send you to the same place?
You are the first person I've ever heard of where they actually sent you to somewhere else. All right. Normally, it's all in your head.
What do you mean it's all in your head? Actually,
Well, you
I
know
won't
how-
do that. I've done it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You did the light trial.
I'm still resyncing with Z's memories.
So, eh.
Well, if I'm not going to be able to do any more trials, that's unfortunate.
Well, did anyone else go in after Guido?
Yes.
Okay.
The queue continued.
And people went in between me and Guido.
Mm-hmm.
You said you felt uneasy. Is it possible you're like? I mean, is there any such thing as getting like out of attunement or whatnot and not being able to get to a temple or anything of that sort?
Closest thing.
Knowledge elements on Guido.
Okay. Roll it.
Somebody else roll it.
Snark, would you like?
Mine's a 23 total.
That's not enough.
Yeah.
Not for something like this.
Yeah.
I got a 28.
So
Can I knowledge elements myself?
you're fiery.
Lots of fire. But I'm not, like, there's no other elements in me, right?
Correct. That isn't possible, anyways.
To be just fire.
It isn't possible to be multi-elemental.
Well, no, you said normal people have varying bits of all of the elements in them, but
That's-
one is generally more predominant.
It's actually not. I'm misusing my terms, or rather, I misused my terms. The actual energy that is flowing through you can only be of one element, but the bits and pieces that make up what built you can be multi-elemental. But that's just life. That's like saying
Got
that I'm
it. So when
composed
he
of-
said that I was fire and I was wrong, what did that mean? What is he saying that I'm not saying?
you mean the guy in the order?
Yes.
Other
Other than the fact that I was on fire.
roll wisdom.
That is a 22.
Near as you can tell, he was trying to come up with an excuse in his mind to explain away what you are and equate it to as if you were just an elf. Because an elf who looked like you is wrong.
Okay. So he was just mass panicking.
Basically.
Okay.
He was intelligent, but he'd never encountered this, so he had no context. So he was just trying to affix what he knew to it. Suddenly and without warning, it's nighttime.
Oh, that was a quick 33 minutes of nighttime.
Well, it's like 2 hours into town, 2 hours out of town. He spent some time in town, mingling, lots of gather information checks. No, I'm kidding. It's probably,
all right.
It is evening by now, though, definitely.
Well, we might as well get a place at the Inn where Picard and Fear and the Seal are staying.
Now, I'm going to go ahead and point this out, because I've been doing this on purpose for a while. I'm sure my viewers have picked up on this by now. I have not asked Snark to do a willpower check in a while.
Nope.
That's it. So, you find an inn to stay at.
Okay.
It's immaterial to rent, because it's free, because it's the Spatial Temple area. For our viewers, it's that one with the tower thing over there. You see that? That's where they're staying.
Okay. Do we have a little bit of time before we really do need to turn in?
Oh, yeah, you got a few hours at least.
All right. While we're here, I'd like to do a little bit of research. I want to try... Okay. Originally, I was the one who found out that ring was an Amani. Clan ring. I want to try and find out exactly who this might belong to, if there's a call-out for that, or something of that sort.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and just have you do a GI check for that.
Okay.
With a +4 bonus.
All right, it's a 26.
That is good enough. So, you go out, and it takes you a while, but as it happens, you run into your Knoll friend again.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh, I recognize that. As you ask him about it,
Yeah.
And can I see it for a second? Are you handing it to him?
Sure.
Okay. So he looks at it and he checks the inside, and he's like, yeah, there's that inscription right there. You see that? And he points on the inside. It's really tiny. If he hadn't pointed out, you probably wouldn't have noticed it.
Okay.
He's like, right there, that shows, this is, what's that troll's name? God, I can never think of the guy that Boss Man worked for. Boss
Does it begin with a T?
Yeah.
Does it end with toe?
Toltarn.
Toltarn?
Toltarn.
I thought it was
Toltarn. That's
Toltarn.
not, hang on.
I thought it was
Actually,
I thought his name was Toltarn.
it is Toltarn, yes.
Okay. Toltarn.
Hey, I remembered a name.
Toltarn! Toltarn of Amani. Yeah, he's the governor of Al-Jalima.
Oh.
This is from his family, and he was actually talking about this recently because it went missing like a month and a half ago. There's no idea where or why.
He'll never believe where I found it.
I don't even want to know. Here, you go ahead, man.
All right.
He'd be really happy to have that back. You go ahead. I'm staying here. I'm not going back into that hell. But he'd probably be really happy to get it back to you. What's up? What do you want to know?
How does one actually get to Al Jalima right now? I mean, is there a...
Well, personally, I'd recommend taking the Gold Road north out of this area. I mean, we're kind of... And he gets down on the sand and he starts sketching out with a claw, right?
Mhm.
And if you do me a favor and pull up the map, I can actually show you what I'm talking about because it's pretty
All right,
direct.
got it.
If you look, you see where the Spatial Temple is, right?
Yes.
Okay, and there's Urak to the south. Urak is their goal, the Illuvian's
my
goal.
relic.
If you see Fort Calahuth and Fort Tornhart to the southeast and further east-south.
Okay.
Pretty much a giant sphere around that is Illuvian claimed right now.
Okay.
So if you look further north, and he'll scratch this up, there's Al Jalima. So most of the normal routes to get up there are bad, and Spatial Temple itself is really, really close to the fighting. This is probably why you guys have heard so much info, and why Guido was able to actually interact with people who had fled from battles that happened only a few days ago.
There is a train that goes up to that.
Not anymore. Also, it goes. The nearest train stop would be Chama, or Charna, excuse me, which is Illuvian controlled right now. So his recommendation is take the Gold Road north and then cut across the desert straight east.
Okay.
Just avoid Fort Bleached Bones. I've heard that place was devastated by something, and is like a ghost town now. It's really messed up.
Yeah. Okay. Any? Well, I'm assuming if they see a Knoll coming, they're not going to fire at will or anything like that.
Very unlikely.
Cool. I have to return that to him.
I'm sure he'll be happy about it. Where the hell did you find it?
Yeah, he said he didn't want to know.
No, you're right. You're right. You and your crazy adventures. That's not for me. I sell apples now that I grow in my own little apple orchard. That's good enough for me.
Oh, that's quite a feat, growing apples here.
Well, actually, that's one of the reasons that it's been working out for me. I don't actually sell them. I usually give them away, but people are so happy to have apples that they donate. That's how it works around you. I don't know if you've been around here for a while.
Wait. I just gotta ask this. Do I know enough about that incredible farming method to give him some tips?
The farming orb method.
Roll
thing.
int to see how much you
Okay.
remember.
What is my int? 19.
Oh, that's actually pretty good. We'll say you remember a few
Okay.
tips, basic stuff.
Okay.
And he's like, wait,
Well,
so I want to do, and then I cut this in, and then I never thought about that. I'll have to try that out.
Yeah. Tell your friends.
I will, if I had any. Well, thanks
I'm
again,
sure-
of Wildpaw. No, he calls you Snark directly with no clan name attached.
Yes.
Because you two have known each other for years and years, since before
Yes.
you were called Snarg.
Yes. Oh, so he's from the old clan.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he heads off. And you get back to the thing and you're like, guys, I have discovered info.
It belongs to T-Bone of Toltarn. Toltarn of Abani in Aljalima.
You guys have actually met Toltarn. All three of you.
Yep. Last time I was there, they said they were sorry. Does anyone have anything else they want to do before we...
Z, while you're gone, is sitting down with Guido or Fear and Seal or Ricard or whatever, whomever happens to be there. I'm assuming Ricard would at this point be more than willing to do this with me. But I'm actively trying to, basically I'm testing my concentration to be able to build up to where I don't have to.
So Ricard's like, okay, I want you to imagine this. And he kind of weaves like an image literally out of the sand. He just pulls it up so it's a perfect image of something. And it's like an ogre woman.
So I'm like,
Arms are off. Too big. There you go. Okay, much better. All right, now let's try something trickier. And he weaves an Olthoi.
and I'm like a little.
Okay, that startled me. Your appendages are kind of going off in the wrong angles. No, like this. Here, look. See where their arms are coming out and the claws?
Just move them. Just move mine. It won't hurt, I promise.
Let's try something else.
So Guido's like,
Ugh. You hear this snap, and it kind of just comes off like an Olthoi thing.
and dissipates.
And dissipates into flame.
Hold on, I'll grow it back.
Can you maintain those after they break off?
No.
Oh.
I can try. Here,
Shit,
pull
so,
another
yeah.
one off.
Ricard's
Said
like,
it's so
okay,
disappointing.
snap.
And I'm like, and it just kind of goes away.
Damn.
Yeah, it's not working. It doesn't hurt.
You are fascinating. I've never met an elemental that had patterned off of a sentient before. So,
Deception.
he does not appear to be deceiving you in any manner that you're aware of.
That's not telling me anything.
So, and he's just absolutely fascinated with you, and he
so
loves
he
chatting
can't
with
lose
you.
to a 42.
No, he cannot. But either way, he's exuberant. He's like, wow, I've never met something as interesting as you. I'm sorry, I guess I should call you a she, since you think of yourself as a she now, right?
I've always been a she.
I know. The memory thing is weird. You probably are patterning yourself off the memories as if they're your own. Yeah, I understand. Don't worry. Don't explain. I'm sorry. I'll try not to be so confusing. Okay. But the way you're viewing yourself is, see,
I'm 34 years old.
No. You're only a few days old. In fact, I think you're actually a day old. Although maybe you actually have been around for longer than that. When did she find that little elemental that was around her? I always noticed it dancing around her. You might be that.
This elemental?
Ah, okay, never mind. Well, regardless...
Or these elementals?
No. It was a fire. I don't know how old you are, but it's fascinating.
I'm
'cause
34!
I don't know how old you are. But it was fascinating, because we all watched Z die, be destroyed, evaporated. But obviously the attack was so brutal because of the way Gerlin wields energy isn't right, that it warped reality somehow, and you were able to like pick up her memories and pattern them as your own, and now you think of yourself... Except you don't call yourself Z, do you? You call yourself Zerial. So
No,
maybe that's just you
my
trying to
name's
assert...
always been Zerial.
Like I said, trying to assert your own personality over hers.
I don't have any paperwork that has it on it because I
You have nothing. So Rakarg is just gushing about this elemental he's found that has copied and mimicked Z. He's like, wow, this is amazing. And
How
so
do I
he's...
prove that I am me?
So anyways,
Oh,
you guys go to bed.
I know. Snark, come here, hold still. Can I hit you with something that probably won't hurt very much?
Fine.
Hang on, I'm going to roll a d20 to see how much this actually hurts, whatever you're doing.
Blizzard level 1.
Okay, so you hit him and he passes out.
1d6.
He's asleep.
Eh.
The shock of the ice freezes his soul.
Oh,
and he's asleep.
wait. Roll. You might not even do any damage. I have spell resistance.
Yeah, he does it. That's hard.
Well, it's 1d6 times
Right.
1. That's not a d6.
The cube one.
It popped up with a 7.
Ew.
That's a 4.
All right, no damage.
But I clearly just cast magic.
Wow.
Of course you did.
Of course, elementals do know how to use magic under extreme circumstances, so Rakarg is going to say this out loud and be like, it's not really a surprise. I mean, I've never seen an elemental who, has white magic or something, but black magic, very common. I encountered one down in the southern Osteth area one time. Is there anything else you guys want to do tonight?
Can I demoralize him?
Sure. What's the DC?
Attempt to it doesn't say.
It's opposed then. Roll Cha against me.
That is my Cha. That's a 10.
Jaw.
What is it?
10.
I got a 22. So you are demoralized now because you think you're an elemental.
What did I do? I was human. I was an elf.
Oh my god, now she's a human too. She's just inventing personalities out of thin air.
And now I morph into a human. Yes, I'm a human.
Okay,
Now
I'm
that we're all
sorry, I'm
gathered
sorry.
here, I do have a question for the magical users and the
Yes.
Scion.
I'm not a.
Why are we suddenly losing thought speak here?
Fiernacelis says, what do you mean? I can hear your thoughts just fine.
We can't. Ever since last night, we haven't been able to thought speak very well. Now it's just gone away completely.
That's really weird. Here, let me try and just re-gift it to you.
All of a sudden, nothing happens.
Anything?
Mhm.
Weird. I can't even hear your thoughts unless... I can hear your thoughts, obviously, but I don't hear you projecting anything. That is very strange. I don't know.
There's a level inside my die. Would that make it roll more often on a 20?
Wow. My dear sister trying to game the system, just like every
No,
other
this
game
dice
ever.
has rolled like consistent 20s all night.
Most clear dice have.
Here's
some
what
kind
you
of
do to
bubbles
fix
in them.
that. You put the dice in a box, you shake it up a bit, you write my address on it, and you send it over here.
Yes. Or if you're really... I've actually heard this one before in gamers. You have it so
You
that you
could
can't
trade
tell.
me yours. This is the set that you got.
Have it so the 20 is up, and always have it sitting with the 20 up. Whenever it's sitting and you're not using it, leave it with that 20 up. So it weights down. Tiny little grains of it weight down.
Oh, and here's also a good tip. Before the game, keep rolling until you roll the ones out, and then it'll always roll high numbers.
Yep. Definitely heard
you've-
that one too.
You've eliminated the probability of rolling low numbers.
I actually knew a guy who would do a thing where he'd get like 20 d20s, and he'd roll them all, and if he got one, any of them got a 1, he'd move it out, and then he'd roll them again, and then he'd a 1, etc., and so forth and so on until he got the one d20 that was guaranteed to roll low, and he'd put that over here, and then he'd do the same thing with 20s and so forth and so on, because statistical probability certainly determines mathematical certainty, right?
Yeah.
So, you guys go to bed. You wake up the next day. Ricard's like, I'm going to be leaving in a few hours here with the Lady Fiona Seal. If there's anything anybody wants to talk to me about, I'm available for discussion on the matter. Wink.
So about this me being a elemental.
Okay. There we go.
How about can I cast spells at objects? I'm assuming it doesn't actually do anything to them.
It would destroy them if it's doing damage.
What if I did it?
Suddenly
as
chairs start
physical
erupting.
damage?
So what if you did what?
Subdual.
No, that would still destroy when it comes
The
to
chair will go
objects.
into a bleed count.
Yeah,
But
the
anyway,
chair's
I'm
like,
trying to prove to him that I'm me, or rather now at this point, I'm trying to prove to myself that I'm me. So I'm wanting to cast a high-level black magic spell.
all right, tell you what, roll will save.
I rolled an 11. Plus 12. That's a 23.
Okay, well, fortunately for you, I rolled really low, so you're pretty sure you're you, and he's just wrong.
Okay.
But he is absolutely convinced that you are, in fact, an elemental. And he will tell everyone about this fascinating elemental he met, who patterned herself after a person who died.
It's one of those ones like, yeah, Uncle Jeff, that's great.
He does convince Fear Seal of this, so Fear Seal starts acting a little bit differently around you.
Even though she can touch my mind?
Yeah.
So she should know.
No, she's convinced that you're a copy, you're a duplicate.
Okay. I want to
okay.
go see Kezrin.
Yeah, you what?
What?
Kezrin. I want to go see Kezrin. We need to go check on Kezrin.
It,
There's no telling where she is right now.
Kezrin!
She's not here.
No, I'm kidding.
suddenly
No,
Kezrin
franchise.
bursts in the door. Oh my god! Someone
It's
who's
a
not
trap.
Z, because you're just an... It was just an illusion woven by Ricard. He's like, I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. I had to...
Dr.
I'm
Carter.
sure... oh god! Oh, Medio maximize.
In the inn?
Yes. Everyone is dead. Except he can't do that in a spatial temple area. Neither can you, though, so it's all good.
You said the town was far enough away that it didn't bother that.
No, okay. The town is in the field. You were at a campfire over here.
Oh. Also, it's time. So,
Well, yeah, you
you guys need to determine your solids.
Yeah.
Because I don't get one because I'm an elemental because I was...
Yeah, you're not Z. He doesn't owe you anything. He owes Z something.
Well,
Well, what's he going to do for Z? I have her memories. He could ask me what Z would have wanted.
He could.
He won't.
But you're not Z, so why would he?
Yeah. This is the one I want. Okay, so Ricard will relate to you in honor of the late Z. You know, don't try to just confuse poor Kezrinthka, but she's probably still on the Spurka. And it's
Is that its name?
the name of the ship, yeah.
Yeah.
The Hope. And last I heard, the Spurka was trying to land somewhere in Tufa, but failing because it was being denied opportunity to do so, to provide aid, medical aid, that kind of a thing.
Ah, well, that works. I think that's where we're going.
So then he turns to the other two and says, "Is there anything else you'd like to talk to me?"
yeah, maybe we have to have a chat in the back room.
Okay, and he just kind of does something with his hand. He's like, "Okay, we have silence now. What's up?"
All right. Well, Guido, did you decide?
As much as I would like to do something to reunite the Osteth and the Gotrek, I can't. I mean, other than diplomatic,
I could probably get
Mission.
those two groups in contact with each other again, if that's what you want.
It's not as pressing a matter as I think the shadow is.
Okay.
So,
He was there when we
Well,
witnessed.
he was, but he's just waiting to hear what your favor is.
At some point, we're going to need transportation to the other LaSalle.
You mean to the other continent?
Whatever, yeah.
Actually, which do you mean? Because both have shadows on them.
Both. All the above.
Well,
Airlength
We need
LaSalle
to-
is still sealed away from the world, which is why the campaign hasn't ended yet. And Oburian is way over there, because it's another continent.
and Oburian was the one that had
The focus.
the focus, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think that's going to be our next goal, is taking out the shadow focus.
Okay.
So at some point,
It's rather
we'll need
ambitious,
transportation.
considering the entire hegemony failed at that.
The only thing I can think of is equipment and transportation. I mean, it seems so petty, but I mean, I can't think of anything that's really worthy.
Correct me if I'm wrong, brother, but wouldn't the chest that we got be more than enough to fund an expedition over there?
One of the chests would be enough to fund an expedition over there.
So, might I suggest maybe sticking with what you wanted to do originally?
He will admit that if you want him to try and work towards a Gotrok and Osteth reunification, he thinks that's possible, and he'll do his best. By the honor of the Lady Airfall and the House of Airfall, he will do that. As far as equipment and transportation, I mean, you have money and you have means. I'm not sure
We
what
just
I could
need-
give you that you couldn't get on your own.
Yeah, we just need to find a buyer that has the funds available to buy it.
True enough. I'm sure there are a few, though. Urak. He does that for real, but that's in canon.
Okay, good to know.
Excuse me. I hear they're flinging money around like crazy from what I've heard around town. Could you believe we've been gone for a month, by the way?
By the way, before we leave, we are buying a wagon.
Again?
Yeah, because I'm tired of hauling these chests around.
Well,
I don't know what your problem is.
Actually, I'm going to do this like, obviously this happens afterwards, but you leave the inn and you're like, okay, let's go get a wagon. And you go to a wagon place and you find it's your wagon. Somehow it has been traded all the way across half the continent until it's here, and someone just left it here because they were just using it to travel to the spatial temple. They were going on a pilgrimage from wherever you left it last, I actually remember, to here.
It was
Like it was made for us.
Yep.
we left it when we met up with the nightmare thing.
thought
That
you-
stabbed
Nope,
Kezra.
you got a new one
Yeah.
after that.
You did get a new one after that, that's true. So it's the one you left in Holtberg before you went south on the ship. It's
Okay.
that one. So someone from Holtberg went on a pilgrimage all the way down in the 3 months it's been, and it's your wagon.
Okay.
It's even got a little mark that says heart with a G and Guido in the middle there.
I was guessing it had like Zeiss's signature in it somewhere.
That's on the back. It's his little personal house symbol there.
I was going to say, like, I heart Osteth or something.
Anyways, moving on.
Right.
So if you want me to try and move towards that reunification, I can and will.
I mean, is that
Given the current climate and from what I've been hearing around here, I think the Osteth would be more inclined to re-welcoming their brothers than they would have been 3 months ago.
is that a request that would fall into that solid?
Oh, yes, that would be the end of the request. Anything you request would be the end of the request.
No. I mean, I don't want it to go wasted. I mean, if this
Equipment
is
and
something,
transportation would waste it.
okay,
I'm just going to say that.
sure. And like I said, I mean, it's petty and
If you're requesting him to do this Osteth Gotrek thing, what you are requesting him to do is to pull weight amongst sovereign nations. I don't think that's wasted.
Okay.
So that is, of course, my opinion. The GM, or me personally, but
I like it. Let's do that.
you got it on my honor. Sir of Wildpaw, you have 20 seconds.
Oh, I'm not going to be able to explain it in that time. All right. So, all right, here we go. Okay, I'm thinking of it. I'm going to say it in just a second, right when these 20 seconds are up.
All right, go ahead.
Thinking of a number between.
All right. Well, it seems that a lot of us are in agreement. We still have some work to do even after the Scarlin thing. As much as I'd like to settle down, I realize that's not really going to be a possibility, especially when there's still stuff to do. But we still need more help. Now, actually, let me ask this first. Why was it that you were assigned to our group in particular, and why was this the group chosen?
He points to Fearnesil.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't
So why
say
not
anything.
Why not some other people?
He points to Fearnesil.
Doesn't really answer my question. Okay.
You don't understand. I wasn't assigned to you. You guys are irrelevant. Forgive me.
Well, what I'm asking is,
I was assigned to her.
Why didn't they bring more people in?
There were no people to bring in.
Well, here's the thing. I think I found some people that could potentially help us accomplish our goals. But we need land, we need resources, we need personnel to help manage all of that. So essentially, and we need a place, a base, if you will, to work out of. Because we've just been traveling anywhere. We don't really have any place to stop, resupply, get communications, whatever.
That is true. Tell you what, I cannot get you land. That is out of my purview. I lack the ability, right?
Okay.
However, you find land. You set yourself up somewhere, and I can help get you funding and workers and artisans to set this place up in this
Okay.
manner that you request. Obviously, this would be basically free of charge to you.
Right.
Other
And you understand
than-
I'm essentially asking to create a whole organization here.
Yeah.
That means continuing support, not just once and it's done.
I can't offer continuing support.
Can you at least offer the people who can make sure that there's continuing support? To reach out to other people, to manage affairs, because we're going to be... I'm not an accountant. None of us are accountants. So
Well, I mean-
we need people to run this while we're trying to stop whatever's threatening Primus next.
The continent is not called Primus. The world is not called Primus. The campaign
Dareth,
is
sorry. Dareth.
Actually, the world is called Primus.
All right,
Oh,
Primus
is it?
then.
Yeah, the continent's called Dareth. I forget what the moons are called. I named them a while ago. He considers for a long time. The GM considers for a long time.
I can tell you out of play kind of what I'm asking for if you want.
No, I kind of get what you're asking for. You're asking for people to work under you.
What kind of, if it would help, I haven't used it yet, but I could swap out the feat I got for leadership. I mean, do you want to think about it for until next session?
I'm actually trying to think of what he can do to supply that. Because so far I'm coming up with nothing. The problem is, you guys aren't aware of just how bad the war has gotten. You've only gotten bits and pieces of it. And that has really killed a lot of the infrastructure of most places. Which means most of the kinds of people that could be called upon to help you are either taken or have gone to ground. So I'm trying to think if he actually has access to anyone of that kind of skill set he can try to send your way to work for you. You'd have to pay them, obviously.
Well, that's not a problem.
But at least getting, A and B points connected is what I'm trying to think of, and I'm really thinking on this one, so...
What about Bonebreaker?
No.
He's-
No.
Yeah.
That was sarcasm.
He's not an
wasn't serious.
he's not an accountant either.
That's true.
Thought it was funny.
He did have the third, who was an accountant. He was a good accountant too, a really good one. Okay. Yeah.
Well, what about this? The people are tied up, right?
Yeah, and he'll tell you this in character. He'll be like, "I can get you people to work temporarily. I can get you artisans. I can get you workers. That's a seller's market right now. It's going to cost us an arm and a leg, but that's fine because that's just money. Getting people to actually work for you long term, they've either gone to ground or
Let me
they're
ask
dead.
this. What if it wasn't a separate organization? What if it was a branch of the Lady Airful's personal...
Well, then we just assign you lycanthropes, and if you're okay with that, then we'll do that."
I mean, as long as we have... I mean, okay.
I mean, if you want to, I think I've been pretty blunt about what lycanthropes, are and how they act, and how they have to act. If you're okay with that, go for it. I'd recommend you commune with the other two on that. But if you want just to give lycanthropes and basically be working for Lady Arfal,
Really.
what do you think, Zerial, in character?
Well, Zerial. Well, lycanthropes will just kill you if they have to.
Only
So-
if they have to.
I mean, if
Work
you're
hard.
okay with them killing you if they're told to, then we'll be okay. But I really don't think that those are the most trustworthy people if you're trying to save the world. What are we saving the world from?
Ricard just kind of shrugs.
I don't know. But didn't we just save the world?
Yes.
I tried. I apparently didn't help. Because I'm just an elemental. Mope.
Funasil pats her on the back. It's okay.
I just had out of play.
Okay.
Just had an interesting idea.
What? Go ahead.
All right. Instead, we asked for an airship with a crew, which serves as the...
Lycanthropes.
No.
The only way he's going to get us a permanent crew is if it's lycanthropes.
Well, okay.
I don't know about that. Oh, okay.
Let's say he gets you a crew with airships. I mean, an airship with crew. there's a whole crew, and they each come with airships.
Well, you
We
know
get
what
a
I mean.
fleet.
Yes, you now have an armada.
Ooh.
And
Can
you
we
get to
have a
introduce
fleet?
yourself as Commodore Barbosa. I mean, Snark.
Yes.
Commodore of Wildpaw.
Yes.
There you go. Can do that because I mean, and then at least we'd have a base that we could take around everywhere and whatnot.
Okay,
And if we find people to help with this, then
I know what he'll do.
okay.
After some sincere thought, and he spends several minutes thinking, he's like, all right, here's what I'll do. Personnel you find a place to set up base. Send a letter to this address, and by a letter, I mean this letter, and he actually hands you a letter which he has woven on the spot.
Okay.
It is specially woven, it is specially designed, there's no force that exists on this continent that I'm aware that can forge that. They will receive it and say, aha, and we will dispatch the entire third worker fleet to come and work on that area for you, right? It will
Okay.
be entirely lycanthropes. But we will do it to your expectations, right? No long-term commitments. Once that is done, or rather, regardless of what happens, and he pauses as he considers, I am willing to give you information that may help you introduce yourself to someone who may be able to find the people you want long-term. No promises. But I can get you in. I can give you an in to an information network.
Belson Ball season passes.
I mean, I have these passes right here.
Like these?
He takes them quickly. Like these right here.
Mine! Mine!
You're an elemental. Go away.
I want to go to the vault. They're mine. He gave them to me.
I think you missed the Valsenball thing at this point.
Actually, you did miss the first game of the season.
No!
I actually feel bad about that.
Okay, I mean, if that's
He's not missing any more games.
All right, so he is going to tell you.
Wait.
What?
Did any of that actually happen? Because it might actually convince Ricard that is Z.
He's still totally convinced she's an elemental.
Oh, okay.
Okay, he is going to give you some information about an individual who is called. Hang on just a second. I gotta look him up because I actually got a name, an idea here, which is where this came from. There he is. Fairn of Silverseer. He is an elf. Fairn. Write this down. Fairn of Silverseer. He is stationed full time. He'll give you full address information to contact him. This information is not publicly available, obviously. He lives and is stationed in Eldritch, which is the Order capital. This man is the man in charge of the entire Country Rider Corporation, which, as you know, is continent-wide. He has his hands in everything, everywhere when it comes to information. If anyone can get you in on finding the people you want, it is him. I did not send you to him.
right. We found out from someone or something.
Never name who let you in, because if you do, that person loses their in. That's how the system works.
Okay.
Simply
And
finding the
what-
person is your entry fee, basically.
Okay. So, what would you recommend telling him? I mean, what's his? Why would he do this? Is there anything specific that he might want?
Usually, such information is traded for other information, and I know for a fact you guys have plenty of information to trade.
Okay. All right.
Very well. Then this satisfies our debts. Come, Firnasil! And they leave. And you are left in the town around the Spatial Temple, wondering at what that giant cloud of dust is in the distance. To be continued.